Semifinal tonight from famed Hershey Park Stadium. It's the Wildcats of Mechanicsburg making their first appearance in the gold medal game since 1986 against perennial District 3 challenger, champion, you name it, the defending state champs, the Barons of Manheim Central. Jed Donahue along with the coach, Fort Chapman, Gordon Blaine as well. Four real quick keys to the game here. Mechanicsburg Cinderella has really been on fire with wins over Garden Spot last week and then triple overtime in the opener against Gettysburg. And here's Manheim, same old rolling at this time of year.
No doubt about it. Can Manheim Central defend the pass-happy attack of Rich Lichtel's Mechanicsburg Wildcats? And on the other end of the spectrum, can Mechanicsburg's defense stop a very balanced Manheim attack that really loves to run the football and has been successful running the ball, winning 13 of the last 15 District 3 titles?
Well, the last time Manheim Central was here, it was indeed an epic. 39-38, the Snow Bowl game against Pine Richland when they blocked the extra point. Mr. Wilt came around, and it was one for the ages. One
of the greatest AAA games in Pennsylvania history. That was, neither team deserved to lose that one. They both played tremendous, hard-nosed, great-hearted football.
There is Ryan Huber on your screen, set to kick off here for Manheim Central. Delighted to have you tonight on WGCB and the Sports Fever Television Network, and we are underway. And the kick is fielded here. This is going to be Behanich, and he's got it to about the 17-yard line, and that's where Mechanicsburg will go on offense. It's all revolving around Zach Frazier. Over 3,500 yards passing, broke Zach Kroll's record last week. And all of these receivers you see here can go get it.
Oh, no doubt about it. Look for number 14 and number 82, Boone and Kuntz. They both can really get it, and there's the offensive line for the Wildcats.
Eggleston is one of those few guys that's going both ways. He's a key. The one thing, they don't run block, but they don't have to. But they're great in pass protection and how they hold up. One of the keys to the football game is you look at junior Zach Frazier. There's another junior we'll introduce you on that Manheim Central defense when we get an opportunity between plays. Frazier puts it up, got a man incomplete, pass intended downfield that time for Jeremy Boone. Let's look at the Manheim Central defense. Ty Lease, good defensive tackle. Nisley comes off the edge. He's got real good first step and very explosive there. The key is going to be the outside linebackers against this passing attack. Nate Mast, he's a ball hawk. Jeremiah Hunter, one of the top players in Pennsylvania, one of the top juniors. And secondary play, again, very good. Tyler Suarez started from a year ago, and there's Hunter. He's the bell cow on both sides.
You're going to see a lot of shotgun. Here we have motion.
Pressures, Frazier pressure to be throws incomplete.
That ball has to be caught in the curl route. They ran a curl flat to each side, and the ball was put right on the money by Frazier.
Pass intended for Josh Kuntz. Kuntz came into the game, 76 catches, 12 touchdowns, and over 1,300 yards.
He's a big target. Taking a shot there was the quarterback, but he delivered the ball on the money. You saw Kuntz point to himself. He knows it was, he's saying, my bad. Try to get the next one. Here we come in. We'll see a lot of empty set. 5 wides, Jed.
As Ty Lease bringing pressure on that last play defensively for Manheim. 3rd and 10 as Frazier rolls, throws, caught, first down. Big catch. Jeremy Boone, and they keep the drive alive, a gain of 14.
What we had there was a zone blitz. They only brought 4 guys on defense. We just caught the end of the play, but there's Hunter coming off the corner and almost getting the quarterback, and a beautiful pass and catch by the Wildcats. But what they did, they dropped the defensive end into coverage and rushed on the corner. And you're going to see a lot of different looks from Manheim. And Mike Williams said prior to the game this week, he wants to try to put pressure by rushing 4 and dropping 7. And if he can get pressure that way, similar to what Hershey did a few weeks at the end of the regular season to Mechanicsburg, the last regular season game, that's what he's going to try to do.
This looks like an inter-squad scrimmage, both with the same color schemes in their uniform design. Pass is caught. This is Behanich, and he's got a gain of about 4 yards. Behanich 2 weeks ago, the hero in the Gettysburg game, the game-tying touchdown catch and subsequent 2-point conversion, they end up winning in triple overtime.
This is a pass most high school quarterbacks do not want to throw, late to the flat, but due to the arm strength of Frazier, he can fire that out there in the flat. You just have to be careful throwing that too late, but he has a gun. He threw it from the hash mark, high school hashes, which are closer to the boundary, all the way to the far corner on a hitch.
16-yard line. What a throw by Frazier. Whoa.
50 yards in the air. I thought we might have had a slight offensive push-off, not enough for a call. But let's see here if he pushes off number 5 here. With his left arm a little bit, but that's a great...
Travis Nisley hits him, but that's the other thing Manheim wants him to do. They're going to want to hit him every time.
Absolutely. And they're getting to him. Frazier's getting the ball off, but he's taking some licks early on here.
3rd and 6 now for Mechanicsburg. They converted their last 3rd and long.
Screen.
Mechanics, does he have time? No, he's cut down at the 41-yard line, short of a first down.
By over 2 yards, Rich Lichtel's going to have to punt this ball away in the early going, play the field position game. Lichtel's been the head coach of Mechanicsburg since the 1981 football season. Retired as a teacher this past year, and this supposedly is going to be his last year as a coach. And there he is right there, talking to his quarterback. Rich was a quarterback himself at Cole Township, which is now Shamokin, and also Bloomsburg State College at the time.
What a run on quarterbacks over the years for Mechanicsburg. Gordon will fill you in on that. They kick it away from Weidel, and it takes a bounce, and it goes out of the 34. Let's take this opportunity to check in with Gordon for the first time. Manheim Central, the big dog in AAA, a season opening loss to Central Dauphin. Gordon, they have been tested a couple of times, garden spot toward the end of the regular season, but this team is on full throttle in the postseason again.
Well, that's what they like to play for, Jed, and November is their month. And they've practiced into November pretty much every November the past 15 years. So this is their time of the season. That's the way they approach this mentally, Jed. And interesting about this, Manheim plays 7-on-7 almost continuously from the end of April right into the season. So it looks like a 7-on-7 game out there. They ought to be pretty comfortable with it right now.
Quick handoff, and there's about 3 or 4 yards to about the 36-yard line. Make it a gain of about 3. That's masked on the carry for Manheim. Here are the starters for Manheim Central. Tyler Reifsnyder. They had Moyer last year. He was brilliant. Mass, Zugg, Swar, Dittmer all can go get the ball. And again, rebuilding that offensive line a little bit from a year ago. We had Mike Byrne, who went on to Delaware last season, an all-state performer, but what's the saying? They don't rebuild, they reload. Reifsnyder keeps it himself and whirls to about the 38-yard line. Short yardage for a gain of 3. 3rd and about 5 upcoming for the Barons.
First play was a belly to the left, reverse pivot, and this play was a veer. They're going to read it. The quarterback reads it. There's your D for Mechanicsburg.
Eggleston, again, we mentioned, goes both ways, as does Kuntz, who's a wide receiver / tight end, if you want to call it that. And then a pretty good secondary. They'll be tested at times. Manheim Central with a much better passing game than people realize. They know it in the L&L, but those of you watching them for the first time, quick handoff and a big stop defensively for Mechanicsburg. That's Ian Eggleston in there, a 6'2", 255-pound senior, and a big 3-and-out for the Wildcats.
Mechanicsburg's defense really stepped up there, and that was key. They need to be able to stop that veer-type offense. That you're going to see more than the veer from Coach Williams' Manheim Central Barons, but they're doing a great job so far playing defense as Mechanicsburg.
Deep to return is going to be Jeremy Boone. Real good kick. Takes Boone all the way back to about his 15-yard line. Cuts up in, and pretty good run by Boone to the 27-yard line, a return of 8. Time out of the field, 8:08 to go. We'll take one with them. Each team has had a series. They're feeling their way through this AAA final. Back with more after this.
Online banking is great, except it scares me. What if a computer pays the wrong bills, transfers my money to the wrong place? How do I get it back? $300. I had it, then it vanished. My money. Oh yeah, says the banker? Prove it. I can't prove it. The computer just stole it. If I was a customer, this is how I'd be thinking. And that's how I try to think when I program the computers our company uses.
At Susquehanna, we put ourselves in your shoes.
If you're up in the air about what to do with that old car, drop in at the Pete Hondry dealerships. Here at Phillips Ford in Manheim, nobody beats our deal on a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or come in to Manheim Chrysler GMC and get the truck, van, or a car you're looking for at a deal we guarantee to be the lowest. The Pete Hondra dealerships, where you get award-winning service and free state inspections for the life of your vehicle. Join us at the Pete Hondra family of dealerships where nobody beats our deal.
All right, welcome back. There's your PA Sports Fever Pennsylvania Top 15. We'll get to that in a minute. As we come back, ball at the 26-yard line.
Here comes a zone blitz.
Frazier throws, ball is tipped and incomplete.
What I mean there, Jed, by the zone blitz, if we can maybe get another look at that from the start, you're going to see 5 guys looking like they're going to rush the quarterback, but one defensive lineman is going to back out. This time it was the end of the trip side. He backs out. There you see 34 coming off the corner. That's the 4th rusher. The defensive end there dropped back into coverage, number 89. You see him run up the ball right there. And just trying to confuse the blocking assignments of the Mechanicsburg front 5. Remember, Mechanicsburg does not have a tight end in there blocking. They use 4 and 5 wideouts. There's a running back that can block. It was the 5th man to block for Frazier.
On 2nd and 10, ball is caught. Stepping out quickly is Boone, short of a first down to the 31-yard line.
Rich Lichtel went after some long balls early, which stretches out the defense and forces you to give a little bit, and then when they do that, there come the hitches. Quick hitch route, the ball's thrown right where it needs to be on the outside shoulder. Nice tackling by Manheim. Manheim is notoriously known for tremendous defensive hitting and tackling. And that's Mike Williams. Is just the kids are in the weight room for a AAA program. They are one of the best year in and year out throughout the state of Pennsylvania. Here's a trips into the boundary. They're going to motion the doubles. There's a curl flat.
Frazier got time, pass caught, got a first down. Great catch that time by Coons in traffic to the 40-yard line. So that's the 2nd time they've converted 3rd and long. They're 2 for 3 on 3rd down here in this opening quarter.
All you have here, Frazier sits in the pocket. He has the outside receiver going down the field about 10 yards and hooking up. That's who he throws to. As you see the passer, the other guy went to the flat to stretch the linebacker out. Playing zone defense the whole way through so far has been Manheim. And let's see if Manheim mixes up a little bit, maybe goes a little man under 2 deep, or a couple other looks, maybe all-out blitzes and goes man.
Frazier just threw it out of harm's way that time.
What Mike Williams is thinking right now, Jed, is let's play zone defense, keep everything in front of us, and let's see if Frazier can drive this team 70 yards against our tough-hitting defense. If they make one mistake, turn the ball over, that's in obviously Manheim's favor. The other thing is, when you're a throwing team, and there's Mike Williams there, last year's state championship AAA coach, tremendous football coach, great knowledge. If you take Mechanicsburg one mistake, or if they throw a few incompletions in a row, they're going to lose the ball. And that's what Manheim's banking on. Here's trips into the boundary again. Under route.
Trying to get some yards after the catch this time, but Marcus Hancock is kind of lost with the statistics. 32 catches coming in, but he's one of these underneath guys, a heart and soul type player that you need to get things done and get to this game.
Absolutely. This is when you start working the zone back on defense, you throw the ball underneath, only like 2-3 yards, and try to let that receiver catch it and get upfield. And now's another 3rd down.
3rd and 4, exactly, as Frazier Jr. is a ball boy this summer at Big 33 when they had Henny and Morelli. I mean, playing catch with those 2 big guys.
5 wide, quick
Blitz
hitches.
is coming, and they've got the first down. This is Kuntz again to the Manheim 47-yard line, and a gain of 7.
The great thing having Frazier in the shotgun, Rich Lichtel's been running shotgun for 20 years. He ran it with Sean Adler way back in the early 80s. Being in shotgun gives you just a little bit more time as a quarterback to deliver the football, and they can't, when they blitz you, they can't get to you immediately. And Frazier is, for a junior, obviously he led the entire state, set a record in passing yardage this season, but he's very poised back there.
Kuntz with 2 catches already tonight here in this opening quarter.
Here's a great look at the zone defense with the 5 wide set.
Frazier steps out of trouble, and this time he'll go down, but he does get about a yard. last week lost about 20-some yards in sacks. Let's go down to Gordon and see what he has for us. Gordon?
Jed, it's interesting, and talking to Rich Lichtel, he doesn't have a problem with 4 or 5, 6 sacks a game, and that when that mentality settles in, and there's not going to be any kind of panic by the offense when their quarterback goes down. I know one thing, Manheim is intent on really laying the lumber to him, even when he throws the ball. They're really hitting him every time, but he's obviously been going through that all year.
Last week they were down 24-7. A Garden Spot roared back and won 34-31. Frazier. It's another catch this time. This is Pahanich again, his third of the night to the Manheim 41-yard line and a gain of 6. Again, it's a vertical passing game, but they can really dig out from underneath a little bit.
Absolutely. You know, they go vertical, but they can also stretch you sideline to sideline, which is a horizontal passing game as well. Both of these teams had losses to Quad A mid-pen powerhouses. Central Dauphin, who had the best record in the mid-pen, that's who Manheim lost to in the first week of the season, and Mechanicsburg got beat handily by Carlisle, who's in tomorrow's Quad A district final against McDevitt.
Game we'll have for you on the Sports Fever Television Network tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Frazier on 3rd and 4, throws, pass, incomplete. Ooh, I don't know. It looked like Kuntz had the angle on it. Officials are right there. We'll look at it again. Ball, they say, is skipped to him.
Yeah, I think it hit the ground right in front of him, and he sort of cradled in with his legs and his hands. You'll see it right here.
Good hustle.
Yep, hit the ground right there.
Ooh. Close.
Almost had it, almost had it. Now you say it's 4th and 4. What do you do here, Jed? Do you want to go for it? You're obviously going to throw the football. You're in shotgun every play. But if you don't get it, you're giving Manheim's offense a shorter field. And Rich Lichtel's going to punt this thing away and try to play the field position battle.
Especially the way his defense looked in that opening series with that 3 and out.
Absolutely. 3 running plays, they basically kept Manheim. Oh, they're going to fake it with an option here.
The option attack. This is Boone. It's close. He's got the Mechanicsburg first down. Well, when you're going to your first district final in 18 years, why not?
Well, let me tell you, all the way back in the first district playoffs ever, as you see the replay, an option, they pitch it to the up back. Nice job there.
That's Pahanich.
By Pahanich, pitching the ball to Boone. Go all the way back to 1982, the district semis against #1 seed undefeated Steel High. Double overtime, Jed, if you can remember. And Rich Lichtel, instead of kicking the extra point for triple OT, he snapped the ball to his kicker, who threw it to the flat to the right, and it was incomplete, and they lost the ball game. But he's willing to take chances.
Digs his way close to a 10-yard gain. Boy, he stuck his shoulder down, had to whirl around and catch a ball thrown a little bit behind him. A great play by Pahanich, and it looks like he has the Mechanicsburg first down.
First down.
Beautiful flat pass, great catch with your hands. Get upfield, tuck it away, secure the football, and move the chains. Very impressed with Mechanicsburg's ability to just run their offense. Little fake there on the punt. Keeps the offense going, and Manheim's getting all they can handle here in the first quarter of what looks like it might be a great District 3 final. Quads down to the wide side here to the right.
Frazier dealing into the end zone, incomplete. Pretty good coverage downfield, the pass intended for Cruz. Well, there's a lot of action going around the state tonight. We will have scores. Gordon has set us up all over the place. Gordon, a ton of action. One of the big games taking place in Quad A in the West to see who Carlisle and McDevitt get next week. It's McDowell and Central Catholic, Sports Fever's #1 team in the state in Quad A.
That's tonight at North Allegheny High School, Jed, and of course I don't know if there's a team as powerful as Central Catholic in the state that we've seen. If they play their football game, I can't see anybody beating them. They're very, very good. But of course the District 3 champion tomorrow night gets its shot to play the winner of that game in the Western Quad A Championship.
At Mansion Park in Altoona. Pass is caught. This is Boone fighting, scratching, and finally the Barons corral him at the 21-yard line.
Now when we say quads, Jed, that's 4 receivers, everybody home, 4 receivers down here to the bottom, and he just fires the quick hitch, 5 to 6 yards, receiver pushes off, plants, look at him catch the ball, secure it. Mechanicsburg's used to that. Both their top 2 receivers have mid-70 catches for the season.
Mechanicsburg coming in, most think about a 2-touchdown underdog in this thing, now facing 3rd down and 6 from the 22-yard line of Manheim. Here's Pahanich. He's contact with the catch, steps through, he's got a first down. A Mechanicsburg goal to go at the 8-yard line, a gain of 14.
I can't emphasize enough what a great throw this is. It's a simple flat route out there, but the way he's throwing from one hash mark, and we're in high school, the hashes are wider than college and pro, all the way out to the opposite numbers.
Let's go down to Gordon. Gordon.
It's interesting that a passing team would be controlling the clock, and that's exactly what they're doing with this game, because these seniors are hungry. They go and catch the football. That's what makes Zach Frazier as effective as he is, not to mention he's throwing some BBs out here right now.
What a great point.
So first and goal for Mechanicsburg.
Quarterback draw.
Frazier keeping himself. Mechanicsburg is on the lead at the 2:28 mark of the first quarter as Frazier dives in from 8.
I was just ready to say we haven't seen a quarterback draw yet, and down there at first and goals would be a nice time to run it, and Rich Lichtel's right on it. And Mechanicsburg, as Gordon said, Jed, controlling the clock with a passing offense. And I'm very impressed with this Frazier, I'll tell you. Rich Lichtel's coached many good quarterbacks. He had Sean Abner as a great starter. He had Scott Ernie, Chris Hakel, who's on his coaching staff right now. I mean, there's 3 great quarterbacks there. And then Mike Edwards, obviously, who went to the pros for baseball, was another tremendous quarterback for Rich.
There's Boone for the point after, and it is good. Time out of the field, we'll take one with him. 2:28 remaining in the opening quarter. Mechanicsburg with a long march. Frazier, who used his arm and then his legs to give the Wildcats a touchdown lead. We're in the first, and we're back after this.
Dad, look at these numbers. Our prices are the lowest around. How can we sell cars so cheap?
Julie, that's just the way our family does business, and we've been doing it since 1939. And today it's even better because an American revolution is happening at Sauter Chevrolet of Manheim. Our prices can't be beat on brand new Chevy cars and trucks. Great personalized service, quality parts department, and proven customer satisfaction. It's all here at Sauter Chevrolet Manheim.
An American revolution happening right now in Manheim at Sauter Chevrolet.
Use mine.
Thank you.
Our philosophy at Members First has always been to put our members first. It's the way we do business. Let me help you. Convenient locations and valuable services are examples of how we put our members first. After you.
Thank you.
Anyone who lives or works in South Central Pennsylvania can take advantage of our proven commitment to the community. We invite you to open your Members First account today. Experience what a difference it makes. At Members First, we put our members first. Thank you.
Character, scholastics, athletic ability. The Manheim Touchdown Club, a nonprofit organization established for the purpose of development, promotion, and support of Manheim scholastic football. The Manheim Touchdown Club, enhancing the barren tradition of excellence. President Don Harris will join our Gordon Blaine coming up at halftime. They've got a really great guest for the Manheim Touchdown Club banquet. It'll be Gene Upshaw coming up on May the 18th of next year. Well, we remember being in the snowball game last year against that great Pine Richland team, and Wilt had the big blocked extra point, 39-38. How about the start for Mechanicsburg, just what the doctor ordered, getting on the lead, gaining confidence, up by 7 here.
Without a doubt, let's really see what Manheim can do here with this football for their second possession, and we only have 2:28 to go in the first quarter. Manheim's not used to this.
Return for Manheim that time is going to be Xavier Hunter. And he takes it to about the 30-yard line. Well, a big series here for Manheim Central. They can throw the ball a lot better than people think. Yeah, they run the veer, but Manheim Central has always, I think, been very effective throwing the football. And they've got Jared Moyer last year. They've had Matt Nagy over the years. I remember Thompson about 10, 15 years. They're very good.
Absolutely. Did you mention Smoker?
I forgot him. That's why we have you up here, to make sure you fill in the missing picture.
All right.
How can I forget Mr. Smoker?
Here's a double tight flanker set with split backs. Look for the split back veer.
Hunter's first carry of the night. He flies through for about 5 or 6 to about the 36-yard line. But a marker is down.
That was a trap. Halfback trap. Got good yardage.
Well, look at this. Gordon, I want to ask you, this weekend on the Sports Fever Television Network, 3 juniors tomorrow. LaShawn McCoy we saw last week. Jeremiah Hunter tonight, who everybody's already offered. And Zach Frazier, I think his mailbox is going to be pretty full. I mean, 3 of the top 5 guys in Pennsylvania next year.
On the defense, be a 5-yard penalty.
First down.
Incidental face mask.
Go ahead, Gordon.
Well, I think LaShawn McCoy is probably the top player in the country next year, Jed. And these other two guys are going to be at least top 10 in the state, and probably maybe top 100 lists in the, I would imagine Rivals.com might just put them in their top 100.
52 defense for Mechanicsburg.
With a face mask, automatic first down. This is masked as he gets it up to about the 45 and a gain of 4. Make that 100.
For years, Mechanicsburg has run a 52 defense with basically a shell coverage, a little bit of a cover 2 look, and they try to really get some good action off of their front 5, and their 2 linebackers have to be good, solid linebackers because they're uncovered over the guards, and they need to be able to fill holes and scrape well.
Step around move, and he's into the clear. He's still rumbling, and all the way to the Mechanicsburg 38-yard line. Hunter rips off 16.
Just a lead sweep, a handoff sweep here with motion, and Hunter did the rest. Guard pulls, Hunter finds his yardage, then gets a cutback.
Well, this is why everybody in the country is after him more as a linebacker than as a running back. He was huge last year in that state championship game. Here's Reifsnyder. This has been a play in the Manheim Central book forever.
Midline option, quarterback reads the tackle, they don't block the tackle, and he decided to pull it and cut up in there. You see Air Force and Navy do that a lot.
Let's go down to Gordon Blaine. I think we've got our first in-game precinct to report tonight. Gordon?
Jed, out in Mansion Park, single A, Camp Hill and Bellwood Annis, 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. Bellwood Annis scored first, Camp Hill answered, and they've got a shootout there just like we have here. Just a point about Reifsnyder. We hear a lot about the yards that Frazier piles up, but he has over 2,000 yards total offense this year, 1,700 plus passing, over 300 rushing.
In his first year as a starter, we mentioned Moyer was a 3-year starter here and had a spectacular career with the Barons.
There's a trap and he bounces, it's nowhere to go, so he bounces it outside. A lot of running backs have trouble doing that. The guys that run the trap are usually the big heavies, but Hunter can bounce it outside with the best of them. There's midline option again.
Here's Reifsnyder into the secondary, inside the 10, and knifes his way all the way to the 7-yard line. Picks his way clean for about 15 yards.
Flag late.
Another face mask against Mechanicsburg, and what an answer on this drive from Manheim Central.
There you saw the quarterback put the ball in the fullback's belly and reads the D lineman. If the D lineman does not close, he's going to give the ball. If the lineman closes, he pulls it. There you see the face mask at the end. He's going to go half the distance. Very tough play to stop when you mix it with the other running plays, with the veer and the trap and the things that Manheim does well.
Face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal line.
This officiating crew, I might add, is from Berks County. In the last game that they did here of this kind of significance, a whopper, was Erie Cathedral Prep and Central Bucks West in that
we will have an untimed down in the period because we had a penalty on the last play of the period.
Two years in a row, we had a great quad 8 final there, and Erie lost the first one and came back and won the second one.
So Manheim Central goal to go at the 3-yard line.
Split back veer.
And Mask cruises home. He just jumped that, and they got behind the big tackle up front that time, that being Marcus Zimmerman, a 5'11", 225-pound sophomore. Also, Blake Aston blew it open as well. And Manheim Central, always great line play, and that's a great example of it there as Mast is in from 3 yards out.
Absolutely, Jed, and we're going to see Mechanicsburg's offense back at it again with the 6'4" junior, Zach Frazier at the helm.
That's a play to end the quarter.
They couldn't do no better than this.
And that kick is up and it is good. So at the end of the first quarter of play, Nate Mass goes in from 3 yards out. And we are right back where we started. Pretty good opening act. We'll be back with second quarter action after this.
Welcome to Damon's Grill. Would you like to join us in our dining room or our clubhouse?
This is Shrimply, the best holiday ever at Damon's Grill. Our new butterfly shrimp skewers are lightly basted with a sweet chipotle glaze, served with barbecued ribs or our new porterhouse pork chop. You can even add a shrimp skewer to our new Kansas City strip. The holidays are coming together nicely. Why not wrap up your holiday shopping with a Damon's Grill gift guide?
It all comes together at Damon's Grill.
At M&T Bank, we've been there for our customers for more than 140 years, helping them move into new homes, plan their futures, and grow their businesses. So we've come to understand what's really important, helping people reach their goals. See what M&T can do for you. M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
Hi folks, Charlie and Zorndike for Forbes Chevrolet and Forbes One Price used vehicles in Camp Hill. It's football season, and we want to score 6 points for you with our outstanding lineup of new vehicles, used vehicles, price, selection, location, and world-class service. So before you get sacked by the competition, touchdown at Forbes Chevrolet for your 6 points.
Hey, you're in Forbes country, Forbes Chevrolet country.
Doorways Unlimited, Central Pennsylvania's most reliable service-oriented supplier of hollow metal frames and doors. Architectural wood doors and architectural builders hardware, serving general contractors in Central Pennsylvania. Call Doorways Unlimited for all your commercial door needs.
Back at the Hershey Park Stadium, we're ready to start the second quarter. Jed Donahue, the coach for Chapman, also Gordon Blaine. Sports Fever Television Network with you. Pretty good return for Mechanicsburg this time. That's Jason Massitti, a 5'7" sophomore, and he gets it up to about the 26-yard line. Well, Mechanicsburg moved the ball effectively, obviously, in the air, and then the quarterback draw, the 8-yard touchdown run by Frazier gets them on the board first, but a big answer by Manheim Central, the champs that they are, get back in even terms here with a long drive of their own.
Was there any doubt, Chad, that Manheim was not going to drive the ball down there and at least get 3 on the board? I mean, that's what a championship team's made out of. However, Manheim lost a good amount of players from last year, as you see Manheim's defense waiting for Mechanicsburg to come out of the huddle. But also, Manheim has not played quite the caliber of competition that Mechanicsburg has throughout the year. Section 2 of the Lancaster Lebanon League was a little bit down this year. And here's a quads look to the top. They're motioning to 3 on one side, 2 to the other.
Frazier hit as he throws, still got it to Kuntz for the first down to the 42-yard line and a gain of 15. Boy, that young man can really hang in there and take a hit.
Yes, he can. And let me tell you what's happening here. Mechanicsburg is just, the receivers are hitting spots in the zone. Hit the open spots, settle down, and have the quarterback deliver. And obviously, this quarterback has been delivering all season. And if this continues to happen, you're going to see Manheim's defense mix some more, put a few new looks and new wrinkles into their scheme to try to offset Mechanicsburg's ability to find the open seams in the zone. Here comes Hunter looking up like he's going to come from the top, and he is coming.
They chip it off, and they get something underneath to Pahanic again to the 47-yard line, and a gain of 6.
What? Go ahead, Gordon.
4 especially. When does frustration set in, though, for a defense? Because, number one, these big hosses are used to playing a run. These guys are charging every play while the linemen just sit back and, in their squats and block. And then they're trying to get the Frazier, and they're hitting him, but they're not stopping this offense. When does frustration set in?
Well, that's a great point. After this play, we'll go over that. Here's another empty set. That's 5 wide receivers shotgun.
This time, caught short of the first down. Pretty good coverage. That's Tyler Swar over there for the Barons.
What happens, to answer Gordon's question, you got to understand, Gordon, everybody out there, Manheim is bending but not breaking. That's their philosophy, a very similar philosophy we saw in the '86 Fiesta Bowl, actually January 2nd, '87, when Penn State upset Vinny Testaverde and Heisman Trophy winning Miami Hurricanes. They dropped 8, rushed 3. In this case, Manheim's dropping 7, rushing 4, letting Zach Frazier get his yardage, but they're not going to give up the big play right now. Now it looks like they're in a straight man set. It looks like they may come with some pressure. Here they are coming with 6.
On 3rd and 3, they get to him, but he got the pass away.
Stripped.
And Manheim Central's on it at the 48-yard line.
The first time we saw pressure, Frazier hung in there and delivered the ball. They only needed 3, and they got it. But the ball was stripped from the receiver, number 9, Hancock, for Mechanicsburg. Another great delivery. Watch the strip here, right there. That's opportunistic. That's what we mean by bend but not breaking. See if Mechanicsburg can drive the ball 60, 70, 80 yards without making a big blunder. And they did it the last series, but this time they did not. And now Manheim has the ball in Mechanicsburg territory.
Might have been Nate Mast who jarred that ball loose for Manheim Central. Manheim Central in as the 3 seed, Mechanicsburg the 8 seed. To the championship game as they wheel it around to Hunter. Hunter powers his way across the 40, all the way down to the 37-yard line, and Hunter rips off 12 and a Manheim first down.
Yes, it is. We talked before we went on the air, Jed. Last week, did we have 2 big-time running backs in a tremendous Quad A semifinal? And it was just Brandon Manning played his heart out for Central Dauphin, and obviously we're going to see LaShawn McCoy tomorrow night. I mean, what a phenomenal running back he is for Bishop McDevitt.
And Carlisle with, quote, pardon the pun, a herd of running backs themselves.
They're going to run the jet sweep there.
And the ball is out. Mechanicsburg has the turnover. They have recovered a fumble of their own.
On a quarterback-center exchange, we were going to get a jet sweep, which means they're going to hand the ball to the motion man right behind the quarterback.
Jeremy Boone on the recovery for Mechanicsburg. That's a huge get for that Mechanicsburg defense. So each team would give away, take away with 1 turnover.
The number 1 fundamental when you catch a football is to tuck it away, and Mechanicsburg receiver caught the ball for the first down, didn't tuck it quickly enough, got it stripped. Here, the number 1 fundamental in offensive football is getting the quarterback-center exchange, and it wasn't done properly there. And that's going to drive Mike Williams crazy, who is a stickler for detail and fundamentals.
Frazier, pretty good time, and then runs out of it at the 26. Coverage sack that time. Is in for Manheim Central is Travis Nisley, the 5'10 sophomore.
I'm surprised Frazier didn't throw that ball away. He had time to get that ball out in the flat and even just throw it away, but he was looking downfield, and you got to be able to see that out of your peripheral vision to rush and get rid of that ball, because instead of a 2nd and 10, you now have a 2nd and about 18.
What about the fact they have no play action or anything like that? You just know you got to get to the quarterback.
Sure, and very rarely are they rolling out. Every once in a while you'll get a little bit of roll in the corner, but usually it's just straight drop back in the pocket. They're going to rush 4 here as Manheim and drop 7.
This time he is rolling. Throws, pass caught up to about the 38-yard line, and that was a rip by Frazier. That ball just zinged.
I can't emphasize enough, he's throwing that ball a little, just a tad late, but he puts so much velocity on the football that it's okay. He's taken another shot.
Here comes Nisley right through the back door again. That's the 5th time he's been hit after he throws.
Manheim is going to be very careful they don't get beat deep. They're not biting on those deep outs. Here's a 3rd and 8. That was a big 10-yard pickup.
The 3rd and 8. Frazier with time, got a man. It's Kuntz again, the tight end to the Manheim 47-yard line.
All that is a simple deep curl route and a flat to the outside. And there's Rich Lichtel. Look at him. He could throw it and he could wing it in his day. Still can wing it a little bit.
It's a gain of 16, and Kuntz has been a really integral part of the Mechanicsburg attack, not only throughout the season, but especially tonight as Frazier bails himself out again on 3rd down, looking to the tight end again. The pitch count he's asking down there, and that might be.
A little bit of confusion here for Mechanicsburg. They want to call a timeout.
We'll take one with them with 7:54 remaining in the 2nd quarter. 7-7, but the Wildcats are on the move again.
At M&T Bank, we've been there for our customers for more than 140 years, helping them move into new homes. plan their futures, and grow their businesses. So we've come to understand what's really important, helping people reach their goals. See what M&T can do for you. M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
It's worth the trip to the sweetest place on earth for the best deals under the sun. The Outlets at Hershey, voted #1 for kids' clothing bargains, offers the latest kids' fashions from Carter's and Oshkosh B'gosh. Save big on women's apparel and accessories from Casual Corner Annex, Jones, New York, Liz Claiborne. Visit the all-new Aerosols and Tommy Hilfiger outlets. The Outlets at Hershey, the brand names you want, great values you expect, right here in Hershey.
Outlets at Hershey.
Rahal Honda, the area's largest volume Honda dealer, located on 12 acres right next to Cumberland Valley High School with over 500 Hondas to choose from. Right now, they're having their year-end sales event with low financing on the Honda Civic and Civic Hybrid, Element, and Accord. Rahal Honda. On the move, Mechanicsburg using their first of 3 timeouts.
Here comes Hunter off the corner. Immediate pressure. Made that ball delivered to the bunch trips. It was delivered low. Great job by Hunter.
Looking for Andy Bartles that time. Might say a case for Coons there. It's just a miscommunication, so 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, it's awfully tough to throw the ball with somebody jumping right in front of you, as Hunter did, putting pressure from the corner. Remember, it's tough to get to that pressure because the tackle can't get out there quickly enough, and there's no running back to pick up that blitzer off the corner.
We will have scores from around Pennsylvania tonight. They'll start trickling in as the evening unfolds here. Yes, Frazier, pretty good time. Dances out, throws on the run, got a man. It's Kuntz again, got a first down to the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 17 and a Mechanicsburg first down.
What poise from this junior quarterback for Mechanicsburg, Zach Frazier. Steps up, we'll see it here, steps up in the pocket and delivers the ball right on the money.
Well, they say his knee went down to the 33. But still, look at this young man, 6'5", in a big future.
Yeah, I thought he was going to the deeper receiver there, number 14, Jeremy Boone, but he went to the shorter guy for the short completion. Good decision-making by Kuntz here.
This is Pahanich again. That's about his 6th catch of the night to the 29-yard line. And again, we can mention they can go vertical on you, but this is the way they kind of chip away. They just kind of eat underneath.
I'm up here chuckling because this ball is thrown late to the flat, and you got to be so careful. We got a beautiful view of it up here in the press box, but his arm strength, this is the 3rd time I've said it, that's why Dan Marino, John Elway, can throw the ball on a rope from sideline to virtually sideline to sideline.
And that's the hardest throw. I mean, that's what separates the men from the boys, that kind of throw, because it's 30, 40 yards in the air.
Here comes blitz in the corner, zone blitz.
Which they pick up. This is Hancock, and he is walloped at the 25-yard line. Short yardage, a gain of 3.
You cringe up here because you're used to high school quarterbacks not being able to put the ball on the money that wide.
Let's go down to Gordon. Gordon.
It looks like Manheim has said, look, throw the ball underneath us, go ahead and catch it, but we're not going to let you get those, as Jed calls it, yards after the catch. And they're just, as soon as people are catching it, they're getting pounded. How about this Kuntz kid, though? This guy runs a 4.7 40. He's got great size, and right now I think he's a sleeper for a Division I AA team. He's a pretty good-looking specimen.
And he has 80 catches on the season.
There's going to roll this time. Going to keep it himself, and he's chopped down short of a first down. Not by much, though, about a yard shy at the 23-yard line.
I think he's right on it, Jed. I think they're going to maybe measure this.
Bring that baby in.
Tyler Swar is in on the stop for Manheim Central. He's about a half-yard shy.
Yeah, bring him in. Slug.
Well, what about the old adage, teams that do run and shoot or spreads are real tough in the red zone? It's tough for them in the red zone rather to score.
Absolutely, but, you know, let's see what they can do here. Mike Williams is playing his game plan. I don't think he thought Frazier was going to be this hot and be able to execute the offense. As you see the measurement here, a little bit short.
Okay, Tommy.
But I don't think he realized he'd be able to march up and down this field thus far. We have just under 6 minutes to go in the half, but once again, he's only gotten the ball in the end zone once. Let's see what he does here. If Manheim can keep him out of the end zone, they basically accomplished what they're looking to do, but just Manheim doesn't have their hands on the ball that much because this offense is taking up tons of time and executing so well. Rich Lichtel has to be very pleased with what's happening thus far.
Well, what about just a quarterback sneak here? Just run right up underneath your center, that being Ian Eggleston.
Not like they do it much, though, and you know, a couple years ago, 3 years ago to be exact, Mechanicsburg had primarily a running team behind their playoff team behind Lewis, who was a tremendous running back. And you're going to see a sneak here, almost guaranteed, with no backs to the back, but you're right.
Eggleston's their top, one of their top linemen.
He may run it over the guard tackle area. Yep, there's where he's going, the guard tackle area, and he got it.
Wasn't easy, but he's there.
There were two defensive linemen in the A gap pinching there, and Frazier made a nice read and got upfield outside the guard, the left guard.
Well, the last time Manheim Central lost in a district playoff game was that unbelievable finish in 2002. Lowered off in 42-40. Ruffner to Albright in the game's final play, and a strike of lightning on the other end zone.
Absolutely. And that lower Dolphin team went on to win the district title the next week over East Pennsboro, and then won their first playoff game before getting beaten by Strathaven.
So they convert fourth down. They've done that once now, and they've got a bunch of third down conversions, and here they are at the Manheim Central 22-yard line.
Here comes a blitz from the outside. No, Hunter's going to drop off here. He faked the blitz. Got underneath the coverage. They're going to go deep. He's got a
man, that being Kohanich, he turned the wrong way. Did break open late.
See, they're just trying to confuse a little bit here. Frazier they had Hunter coming off the edge, and then he faked it and he dropped off. As you see, there's 44 dropping off, getting underneath the curl. And then the flat route went up the sidelines. They had a wheel. He almost had him for a touchdown.
Down to Gordon. Gordon.
Ty Lease now is coming out every couple of plays. He is beginning to get winded, and this is what Rich Lichtel talked about. He says these guys on defensive lines that we face, they begin to wear down because they're not used to rushing like this every down and time again, and Lease is getting a little winded.
Pressure comes, tough catch, Kohanich again, forward progress to the 16-yard line, a gain of 6, so they're looking at about third and about, let's say, 4 or 5 coming back.
See, the problem is if you step up and play man, even man with a free or man with 2 free safeties, you've got to stop the long ball, and it's not easy to stop the crossing routes and the long ball when you're playing man, and Rich Lichtel knows that, and it's going to be very interesting if Mechanicsburg can get the ball in the end zone here, what Manheim's going to do in the second half as far as defending this potent passing attack of Rich Lichtel's.
Frazier has been throwing strikes, and here they are, third down and 4. Coming up from the Manheim 16-yard line.
Delay a game.
Why are there so many delay of games, not only at the high school level, but all over? What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's very simple. Offenses have become a lot more complicated. They have check with me's where you got to check on the line of scrimmage. You have so many things.
Delay a game on the offense. Still third down.
So many things to look at. Now here at Hershey, you have the big play clocks, which we have in the college and pro stadiums. And you get a look at that, but high school quarterbacks are not used to that play clock until we get to Hershey Stadium in most cases. And it's just, hey, Frazier will keep an eye on that. That's just a blunder on his part. He is only a junior, and he can't be perfect. But it brings up a 3rd and 8 instead of a 3rd and 3.
Pressure's coming to Kohanich, and again, as Gordon talked about in this series, tackle was made for Manheim that time.
Lichtel has a decision here.
Huber.
Do you kick the field goal, or do you go for it on 4th down? It looks like he's bringing on the field goal team. And you know what? It's going to be a
pretty sizable chunk.
About a 34-yarder. From the hash mark.
It's going to be Boone.
He has the leg. He definitely has the leg. He kicked a 44-yarder against Lower Dolphin.
Snap down. That kick is good, I believe. No.
Wide left.
Pushed it wide left. tough break for Mechanicsburg as they drive deep into Manheim Central territory and don't get any points.
So Manheim's defensive philosophy held up there. However, it chewed up so much clock. There's only 3 minutes and 45 seconds. This is, I believe, Manheim's, what, third or fourth possession of the football game. And when you don't get the touches many times, it's very difficult to get points on the board. I think it's their fourth touch of the game.
Coming up at Singular Wireless at the half. Here's Hunter. Gets to the outside, across the 30, and has a Manheim Central first down. A gain of 11 for Jeremiah Hunter. There he is.
Clock
Ohio
stops
State
to move
is
the chains.
Sorry, 4. Ohio State, Michigan, Virginia, Virginia Tech, and well, just name anybody else. Miami, they all want him.
Jed, I brought that up at the clock stoppage momentarily to move the chains because there's only 3.5 minutes to go, and Manheim's got to get in and out of the huddle quickly because they still have to go 70 yards to pay dirt.
And minimal contact, I might add, from those Nittany Lions up the street here in Happy Valley for some whatever reason.
Flag route, he's got
Huber. Pass is caught. Real good throw as Reifsnyder completes his first pass to the 47-yard line and a gain of 16.
Very nicely executed route. The flag route by number 2. Ball's put right on the money.
Ryan Huber on the catch.
Clock's at 3:17 and just starting.
A lightning quick first half.
No tight end, double slot set, shotgun. Little under route.
Reifsnyder just did get rid of it. He was hit as he threw it, intercepted by Mechanicsburg. Mike Scalise on the intercept for the Wildcats.
I guarantee you Mike Williams is going to talk to his quarterback right here and explain to him he had the under route again to Huber. Wide open, shallow as 5 receivers get out in the route, but he's looking downfield deeper and just overthrew his receiver slightly, and a great pickoff there.
Joel Keckler got him around the ankles that time as he threw it, and then the interception by Scalise, and Mechanicsburg gets another crack.
3 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the first half, 7-7 tie. 2-deep look, 4-3 with a 2-deep coverage here in the secondary for Manheim.
Frazier, this time he's going to go down and in on the stop again for Manheim Central. His second sack of the night is Travis Nisley again. 2 timeouts left for Mechanicsburg, so there's a lifetime on the clock in this first half of the kind of offense they run.
Sure, that was a 4-receiver route. They had a running back in there to protect, and so that gave them an extra pass protector, which gave them 6 to block, and Manheim Central was still able to pressure the quarterback and get the sack. Here's 5 wides this time, shotgun. Need we even say shotgun? Here they get the guy blocking on the corner for a little rollout.
Looking, boom! And I'll tell you, jumping in front that time was Tyler Swar. He jumped the route, but the pass was too high for anybody to handle, and it goes incomplete.
Ball thrown a little bit late, and now Manheim starting to jump it. There you see 17. It looked like he was going to be a receiver and go out in the route. He blocked, which gave Frazier the corner. Frazier throwing to his left on the run, a little bit high, and had it been down on the mark, it would have been batted away or picked off anyway. So it's probably better he threw the ball high. Now it's a 3rd and 14 with 2:19 remaining. If they don't get this, Manheim may want to call a timeout to save some time for the punt. 4 guys are going to be rushing for Manheim, dropping 7. 5 wideouts in for Mechanicsburg. We're going to roll out again.
On 3rd and 14, Frazier rolls, looks, throwing downfield, Kuntz, and sensational coverage downfield that time for Manheim. Steve Weidel was there.
And Graham Zug also, both made a play on the football. Nice defense. There's no need to call a timeout due to the incomplete pass. The clock stops automatically with 2:11, and Manheim's going to have a chance to get some pretty good field position here, and they got to think field goal right now.
Let's go down to Gordon. Gordon.
I think Manheim is really taking away the deep ball here. They're really forcing Mechanicsburg to throw it short. So if Mechanicsburg's going to get out of the field, they're going to have to take their time, as they have been. They've been really eating up the clock. 6 minutes in that last drive.
Oh, they almost did get tackle.
They roughed him, and it's probably going to be a 15-yard variety, which is an automatic first down.
Which is a mental mistake you rarely see with Manheim Central, especially in games like this, and Mike Williams beside himself, but Boone is still hurt.
See if he calls it the 15-yard personal.
Oh, I got
personal foul.
Yeah, it's 15.
Roughing the kicker. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That's not a huge loss for Manheim. There's only 2 minutes left, and the way that punt traveled and it wasn't fielded, they would have had to go quite a distance to get in even in field goal range, but it gives Mechanicsburg a chance to get the ball at their own around their 45-yard line, Jed, and a chance to maybe get something going here and maybe get another shot at field goal.
Well, and again, what Gordon was just talking about, they've had to bring Ty Lease out of that defensive line rotation at times. Your defense stays out on the field chasing Frazier more and more and more. Not good. In strikeable field position now for Frazier and Mechanicsburg up to the 45-yard line. Let's go down to Gordon. Gordon, Manheim Central in Mechanicsburg get the winner tomorrow, I believe. Berwick and Lower Merion. How's that going to shake down?
Actually, Jed, Upper Merion.
Upper Merion, thanks.
It's going to be a very good game, much like this, very close. I think Berwick's got the edge, especially playing in Wilkes-Barre at Myers High School.
Frazier throws, got a man. It's caught. Mechanics again, yards after the catch inside the Manheim 40 to the 38-yard line, and a gain of 14.
Go ahead, Gordon.
I think that Manheim has always been their defense going against good passers like a Jordan Steffi and a Chad Henne and guys like that in the past has been to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And now, tonight, the pressure is beginning to fade because they're tiring right now. Even though they're really ripping Frazier, they're not really getting to him. He gets up every play, and he's just as sharp as ever. I'll tell you what, he reminds me of a classic old-fashioned Penn State quarterback. Coach Paterno used to always ask his QBs to take a beating in that pocket, and this guy's proven he can.
Not only has he proven he can take a beating and keep delivering, he's going to be sore tomorrow, but he's putting the ball where it's either going to be caught or incomplete. He's not putting balls up for grabs where it can be picked off yet. And that's a good sign, because that's enabling you to not turn the ball over and utilize some ball control.
Chad Henne throw that out 30 yards, 35 yards. I don't know if he had as much zip on as this guy has. He is really whistling it out here.
Yeah, both those quarterbacks are very similar.
You mentioned a ball boy at the Big 33, and he was playing catch with Henne and Morelli over the summer. This time, sacked from behind. Jeremiah Hunter in on the play for the Barons.
Coach Lichtel may want to get a timeout here. Clock's down to 1:20 and moving.
So they're looking at 3rd and 11 coming back. Well, here's Hunter out of that outside linebacker spot, coming off the edge. And this is one of the keys to the game. They have to have Hunter get to Frazier more than he has. That's the first time he's gone in there to get some yards for loss. Or tackle for loss, better term.
Taking a lot of time in the huddle. The clock's down to 55. And Mechanicsburg has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, the style of offense, they've got their timeouts to use the middle of the field if they can pick up this first down here. Frazier has time, buys time, now running out of time, and down he goes to the 41-yard line. Nisley again. Also there is Ty Lease. There he is, 52 on your screen, and now Mechanicsburg will use a timeout. Time out of the field. We'll take one with them. 36 seconds to go till halftime. We're back with more after this.
It's never really about the competition. It's about you and your goal. That's why you need the right size bank. A bank with a proven record of performance. A bank that will help you reach your goal. The right size bank for you. Blue Ball National Bank. There is no competition.
Dad, look at these numbers. Our prices are the lowest around. How can we sell cars so cheap?
Julie, that's just the way our family does business. And we've been doing it since 1939. And today it's even better because an American revolution is happening at Sauter Chevrolet of Manheim. Our prices can't be beat on brand new Chevy cars and trucks. Great personalized service, quality parts department, and proven customer satisfaction. It's all here at Sauter Chevrolet Manheim.
An American revolution happening right now in Manheim at Sauter Chevrolet.
And first generation video, founded in 1990, now a 2,500 square foot production facility with 2 post-production suites, multimedia suite and studio. First generation video has won many awards locally and nationally. Well, a big 4th and let's say 13 coming up here for Mechanicsburg.
We're going to roll out here to the left.
And nobody home, and Manheim Central holds defensively.
Tell you what, Frazier's taking a beating after he throws that football. He's down, he's getting up slowly. He'll be okay, but looks like he jammed his thumb, hit his hand there on...
So a 7-7 game tonight.
Caught his hand on Jeremiah Hunter, probably his right thumb, which is his throwing thumb.
Well, let's hope he's all right, because this is really one of the great players, and that's a real big storyline in this game right here. We'll see if we can see this again at some point.
28 seconds remaining. Four wide out, shotgun for the Barons. They're going 4 vertic screen, middle screen to the running back. Hunter's got room.
Plenty of it, too, across midfield. Still going inside the 40, all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Get a timeout right away if you're Manheim. There's only 16 seconds left. You have 3 to go. Don't waste it. There we have one, Jed. Timeout, Barons.
We'll take one with them. 16 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Tied at 7. Manheim Central talking things over.
Brenda's Dress Designs, round 322 Blue Ball, where you'll find a large selection of spring and summer dresses and daywear to choose from in petites, missies, and women's. By Leslie Bell, California Looks, Periwinkle, and others. Sportswear by Southern Lady and Graf. Friendly customer service is available and free parking, so visit Brenda's Dress Designs. Route 322 in Blue Ball, open Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 4, closed Sunday and Monday.
4 years ago, I had no job and over $200,000 in debt. I went to this website, and this year I should make over $250,000.
I went to this website, filled in my personal interest, and their system matched me up with the perfect opportunity.
If you're considering a home-based business, this is the one website you need to visit.
My goal for next year is $50,000 a month.
I never dreamed I'd be making $20,000 a month, but I am.
This wasn't one of those get-rich-quick schemes, but guess what? I did.
Go to your computer and get started today. Log on to this website now.
WGCB 25th anniversary, serving God by serving you.
Welcome back. 16 seconds to go here till halftime. 7-7 is our score.
5 wide out set, shotgun. Got a curl route, wide open.
This is Huber in there in field goal range, and he moves it right into the middle of the field. Heady, smart play with 8 seconds to go.
I'll tell you what, Jed. I got to think about kicking the ball right now if I'm Mike Williams, simply because, you know what I'm thinking, probably the ball's right there, almost completely in the middle, unless you want to run like a... I'd kick it right now. You got the ball in the middle, you don't avoid a loss, you still have a timeout left, but you're probably not going to get a touchdown anyway. It's people don't realize the hash marks in high school are wider than college, and obviously the pros are in very far. And if you kick from the hash, as Mechanicsburg had to earlier in the quarter, it's a good angle, and that angle caused that ball to go wide left. Had they been kicking from the middle, they most likely would have put it right through the uprights.
Go down to Gordon Blaine. Gordon, what do you have for us?
Jed, halftime at Mansion Park, Campill and Bellwood Ann is tied at 14-14. 2 touchdown passes for Andrew Withington, 1 to Powden, Nick Powden, and 1 to Pearson.
Another good thing about kicking it now with 8 seconds left, if it's a bad snap, you can throw it away and kick it again.
Snap down, the kick by Huber is no good. So each team has missed a field goal here in the opening half. Doesn't get much more even than what this game has been thus far. The opportunity's the same and the score likewise, 7-7.
2 seconds remaining here in the first half. Ball's going to come out to the 20 in high school football if the kick goes in the end zone. In college and pro, it comes back to the line of scrimmage.
That's Frazier over there, and that's the story right now for Mechanicsburg and really in this game.
Mechanicsburg got a timeout there. Rich Lickler going to put his, he may play quarterback. You never know. He loves to play quarterback in 7-on-7 and at football camps over the years. But what a great quarterback he was at Bloomsburg. They had 10 football games back in the day. And of those 10 games, he had the PIAA record for most yardage thrown, and he had 2 great receivers, Stanley Koharski, who's the head coach at Wallenpompoc, and Big Bob Tucker, who later played for the Giants and the Vikings.
Here's our Avalone Sports Medicine trivia question. Manheim Central to Mechanicsburg met one other time in the District 3 playoffs in 1994. Name the 3 players in that game who are now professional athletes. Doesn't have to just be football. Hint, hint. And you can log on at PASportsFever.com and give us your response. And we have dinner certificates for Applebee's. You can go to the neighborhood.
Pahanich is going to take this snap and probably just take a knee.
But the big story is Zach Frazier, who hit his thumb on the helmet of Jeremiah Hunter on their last series, and they are looking at that thumb as we come to halftime. We're going to look at the New Orthopedics Medicine Center at Lancaster General Hospital here at the break. Gordon's going to talk with Don Harris of the Manheim Touchdown Club. We'll look at other scores going on around Pennsylvania. Singular Wireless at the half is next on the Sports Fever Television Network.
I mean, I used to date these guys, and I wonder, why doesn't this feel right? You know, why isn't he the one? And then I met Ben. You know, it's really nice when you realize you don't have to compromise. I mean, not to compare my man to a car, but I mean, that's why I bought a Saturn.
The 2005 Saturn Ion, redesigned, uncompromised. Now with 5 years, 60,000-mile extended vehicle coverage or a $1,000 allowance.
Over a long weekend, you realize you're allergic to poison ivy after all. Should you scratch it with a stick? Meditate the itch away. Or pop open that tube of stuff you found in your trunk. Actually, you should log on to HighmarkBlueShield.com, where you can research remedies or get online expertise, like leaves of 3, leave it be. It's the kind of high-level information from Highmark Blue Shield that helps you have a greater hand in your health.
Whether providing highly specialized care to medically complex patients or outpatient physical rehabilitation services, Select Medical Corporation is committed to excellence in clinical care. Throughout Pennsylvania, we are proud to serve the community's health care needs at our 6 select specialty hospitals, including locations in Camp Hill and York, and at our Joyner Sports Medicine and NovaCare Rehabilitation Centers. For more information on Select Medical Corporation, call 717-972-1100 or visit us online.
Just as we do for any professional athlete, Conti Photography will assign a professional photographer to your youth athlete event to get a series of high-quality photographs. After the event, you will be able to view the pictures online or in our studio to select which shots you want to use. Conti Photography is proud to offer our exclusive custom composite prints. These prints are designed for your athlete, just like the pros. Conti Custom Composites also make great gifts for your organization's coaches and graduating players. Order yours today.
We were on a wireless family talk plan. Imagine worrying about overage charges for 4 people.
Hi, Mom.
Give me the phone. Get off the phone. How long have you been on?
Dad?
So they stopped talking to me.
Add a line for just $9.99 on Singular Family Talk. Call family and all Singular customers nationwide for no extra charge. Plus, get great deals on phones.
I call it my, no, it's okay, don't hang up plan.
Add a line for $9.99. Another reason Singular fits you best.
Susquehanna Bank, proud to support our area athletic teams and their achievements. Susquehanna Bank, with every financial step, we put ourselves in your shoes. Welcome back, Singular Wireless at the half. Jed Donahue along with Ford Chapman and Gordon Blaine. Lancaster General Hospital, and they just keep getting better and better and bigger and bigger. And recently we were given a great opportunity to go look at their new orthopedic center. And let's take you on a tour right now with Lancaster General Hospital.
Hi, my name's Stacy Yukis. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Musculoskeletal and Surgical Services at Lancaster General Hospital. And I'd like to welcome you to our new orthopedic center opening on December 6, 2004. I'd like to take you for a tour of the facility and show you some of the things that are going to be available to our community. There were a lot of compelling reasons why to build an orthopedic center in this community. First, as we've all heard repeatedly in the media, the baby boomer generation is getting older, and that means that overall the demand for health care is increasing. As a society, we are also becoming much more active in later life, and the desire to be healthier and able to perform increased activity is there. So that also means that the incidence of injury is growing. Already, orthopedic surgery is the #1 volume surgical procedure that we do here at Lancaster General. So we felt with all that information that was being both supported by our Pennsylvania Department of Health as well as what we were seeing in our community, it made sense to provide the community with state-of-the-art orthopedic care. The staff that works in our new center will be focused on orthopedics 24 hours a day. One of the lessons that we learned from the building of the Women's and Babies Hospital is that when you design a facility around the special needs of a patient and their families, you're able to provide excellent service, better quality outcomes, and to have the staff that's focused on orthopedics 24 hours a day, they clearly understand the special needs of orthopedic patients and are going to be able to quickly identify and intervene in any potential complication or problem that would keep the patient from having the optimal result from their hospital stay. When we developed the orthopedic center, we really did it as a collaborative approach. We involved a community advisory board that was made up of members of the Lancaster community, and that included some patients who had received orthopedic care here at our hospital. We went to them and we asked them what they thought we could do better, what they would like to see in this type of facility, and what you see today is a direct result of their input as well as the very important clinical input from physicians, nursing staff, physical therapy staff, and surgical staff. The facility includes 10 operating rooms. Those 10 operating rooms are supported by a dedicated pre- and post-care area as well as a post-anesthesia care unit for the patients to recover from anesthesia directly after surgery. The nursing unit is really designed with a couple of key points in mind. One is to make sure that from a customer service standpoint, we are meeting patients' expectations. So what you will see is all private rooms. Each room has its own shower, bathroom facility. The overall look of the unit and the rooms are not institutional in nature, but more of a hotel look and feel. Again, to try to help the patients and families feel as comfortable as possible. The first thing that you're seeing here is the new dedicated parking area for orthopedic patients. There will be an entrance off of Lime Street, and this parking lot is located directly underneath the building. This provides maximum convenience to the patients and families who are coming in for surgery. They can park in the lot and get right onto the elevators and go directly up into the surgical area. The orthopedic center is actually only one piece of the construction project that we're doing. Also, just as important is our new front lobby and entrance area that will be opening up a little bit later than the orthopedic center. We also are making sure that there is a very comfortable environment when people first come into the building, and that we are focusing a lot of our attention on making sure that there's going to be people there to greet them and help them to understand where they need to go within the hospital.
Back live now at Hershey Park Stadium. Thanks to Lancaster General Hospital and their fine staff. They've been proud supporters of everything we've done here at STN, the Sports Fever Television Network. We're at the break, and big news on Zach Frazier when we return.
Online banking is great, except it scares me. What if the computer pays the wrong bills? Transfers my money to the wrong place? How do I get it back? $300. I had it, then it vanished. My money. Oh yeah, says the banker? Prove it. I can't prove it. The computer just stole it. If I was a customer, this is how I'd be thinking. And that's how I try to think when I program the computers our company uses.
At Susquehanna, we put ourselves in your shoes.
Dad, look at these numbers. Our prices are the lowest around. How can we sell cars so cheap?
Julie, that's just the way our family does business. And we've been doing it since 1939. And today it's even better because an American revolution is happening at Sauter Chevrolet of Manheim. Our prices can't be beat on brand new Chevy cars and trucks. Great personalized service, quality parts department, and proven customer satisfaction. It's all here at Sauter Chevrolet Manheim.
An American revolution happening right now in Manheim at Sauter Chevrolet.
She would always say,
Keep up, Grandma.
well, got to the point where this hip just wouldn't let me. So, out with the old, in with the new.
The new Orthopedic Center at Lancaster General is dedicated to one thing only, expert orthopedic care, using less invasive procedures to help people recover faster.
Oh, look at her go. And look at me go.
Think about who you'd want by your side.
There can be only one #1. The Ford Explorer is America's first and still the best-selling SUV. L.B. Smith is the largest retailer of Ford vehicles in the Harrisburg area since 1940.
XLS, XLT, Eddie Bauer or limited. You choose.
Want a deal on a new Ford Explorer? You gotta come get it. L.B. Smith, 12th and Market in Lemoyne.
Singular Wireless at the half rolls on here at Hershey Park Stadium. It's the AAA District 3 championship game. A great game in the first half, 7-7, but unfortunately it looks like we're going to lose Zach Frazier, the quarterback from Mechanicsburg, for the rest of the game. We'll have a little bit more on that later. But I've got Don Harris from the Manheim Touchdown Club. And Don, the Manheim Touchdown Club's making not only, it used to be just Lancaster County, then it was Lancaster, Lebanon, then it was Central Pennsylvania. Now it's national news.
Yeah, we're going national. If you look around at all the awards that are given on a yearly basis, there's about 21 of them, but there was no award given to the Division II Lineman of the Year. The Division II always had the Harlan Hill Award, but there was never any recognition of any lineman. So we just felt we could step out on a much larger stage this year and give that award in conjunction with the SIDs at the 149 Division II schools that play football.
When's that award going to happen now?
The award will be given on May 18th at our banquet at the Host Resort and Conference Center. The award was named after Gene Upshaw, who was probably one of the best linemen that ever played the game. He will be not only there to present the award to the winner, but also be our keynote speaker for the evening.
Now, we're talking to an audience across Central Pennsylvania here. Manheim Touchdown Club is really something for not just the folks in Manheim.
No, we have tried to reach out to anybody that shares our goals and objectives for young people, not only athletics, but also academics. We welcome anybody that would like to join.
And how can they do that?
You can call either myself or Mark Phillips. My number happens to be 664-5474, and Mark Phillips's number is 665-3940.
It's a well of a good time, the banquet, and it's great. And you see a lot of good friends there, a lot of good football people. Great, just a celebration of football here in Central Pennsylvania.
It is. In our first 6 years, we've been very fortunate in keynote speakers that we have had at our banquets. They've been very high-powered Division I college coaches, so we're real happy with it.
All right, Don, good work on the Lineman of the Year.
Thank you very
good
much.
Stuff.
Thanks for having me.
Jed, we'll take a break. 7-7 halftime here at Hershey Park Stadium.
Life is a celebration, and your life demands a bank that understands your needs. With the financial savvy you expect, the personal attention you deserve, like hometown checking, the perfect account for everyone, and gold medal checking, with extras for everyone 50 plus. Celebrate life with the right size bank. Blue Ball National Bank.
If you're up in the air about what to do with that old car, drop in at the Pete Hondrew dealership. Here at Phillips Ford in Manheim, nobody beats our deal on a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or come in to Manheim Chrysler GMC and get the truck, van, or car you're looking for at a deal we guarantee to be the lowest. The Pete Hondrew dealerships, where you get award-winning service and free state inspections for the life of your vehicle. Join us at the Pete Hondrew family of dealerships where
nobody beats our deal.
It's time for Dirt Track in 2005, January 21st through the 23rd at the York Fairgrounds Expo Center. See over 120 race vehicles from go-karts to NASCAR. Meet celebrities and local drivers. Friday night, it's the Sayers Express Miss Dirt Track and Contest and country artist Dawn Ricks. Saturday, pro wrestling featuring Tito Santana. And Sunday, it's Kids Day with big wheel racing. Vendor spaces are still available. Go to wisemotorsport.com for details. Daily admission only $10, kids $5, under 6 free. Don't miss Dirt Track in 2005, January 21st through the 23rd at the York Fairgrounds Expo Center.
It's worth the trip to the sweetest place on earth for the best deals under the sun. The Outlets at Hershey, voted #1 for kids' clothing bargains, offers the latest kids' fashions from Carter's and Oshkosh B'gosh. Save big on women's apparel and accessories from Casual Corner Annex, Jones, New York, Liz Claiborne. Visit the all-new Aerosols and Tommy Hilfiger outlets. The Outlets at Hershey, the brand names you want, great values you expect, right here in Hershey.
Outlets at Hershey.
It's 3 o'clock, the cable guy's in here, and I still have to pick up the kids. Maybe I can hurry. Not again.
Hi, I'm Cindy Groh. Sometimes you just can't wait. That's why, when it comes to auto glass repair or replacement, our 10 convenient locations make it easy to get prompt service on your terms. Whether you drop it off or sit in our comfortable waiting area, Cindy Groh certified technicians will have you back on the road in no time. For auto glass repair or replacement on your term, when you need it, the one to know is Cindy Groh.
Character, Scholastic's athletic ability, the Manheim Touchdown Club, a non-profit organization established for the purpose of development, promotion, and support of Manheim Scholastic football, including the recognition of and financial aid for exceptional athletes within the greater community. Welcome back live to Hershey Park Stadium. Jed Donahue, Fort Chapman, Gordon Blaine, both teams coming out of their respective locker rooms. Time now for our Weeby Audio, sights and sounds of the game. Great feature that we have. Take you around.
There in about 10 to 12 minutes. It's great to be here. Remember how you got here. By never giving up. By loving each other. I'm telling you, you guys have already proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're a truly great team. Whether you win or lose, it's the intangibles. You know what it says in the locker room? In the end, teamwork can be summed up in 5 short words. What are they? We believe in each other. And that's all it's about. It's not about plays. It's not about schemes, defense, offense. It's about going out there and giving your best. Don't be intimidated. Don't let anyone push you around. Play to the end. You've proven you are resilient. And that's the things you build on. Coach Hay.
Fellas, go out and play hard. Have fun, okay? Remember what it took to get here. All right, you guys belong in this game. All right, you guys are climbing that mountaintop. All right, now there's 2 people at the top of that mountain. All right, it's time for us to step up.
Well, there's the storyline. Thanks to Rich Lichtel for letting us kind of eavesdrop in on their pregame conversation. Well, there's the storyline as we see it. Seth Pahanich is warming up. We expect him now to start the second half, and here's why. On 4th down and 13, you can second guess the coach why go on 4th and 13, but you don't obviously expect this to happen here. Hitting the helmet with his right hand right here on the helmet of Jeremiah Hunter.
Ouch. And you know what? Any other position you can play with some busted up fingers, but when you're the quarterback and it's on your throwing hand, and apparently it's the index finger and the middle finger on his throwing hand.
So we'll be back with second half action at 7-7. You're watching the Sports Fever Television Network's exclusive coverage of the District 3 Championships.
Baumberger's knows that when you want to paint, you gotta do it right. So come to the One Home Center that handles all of your painting needs. Get incredible quality and selection with Ace brand paints. They're scrubbable, washable, and durable up to 25 years. And they're exceptionally resistant to peeling, blistering, and mildew. With paint professionals that have over 50 years of experience mixing and computer color matching, you know you're in the right hands. Come to your home center. Baumberger's, dedicated to the things that last.
Plasma screen. Tons of car stereos.
125%. Price beat a guarantee.
Find everything your inner child wants at
Zimmerman's Automotive of Mechanicsburg has it all at their state-of-the-art facility. 18 service bays with ASE certified technicians. No appointment necessary. Zimmerman's Automotive Rapid Lube, complete reconditioning department, and over 80 of the cleanest cars, trucks, vans, and especially SUVs you'll find anywhere. All with lower than you'd expect to pay prices for the friendly, high-quality service you'll receive at Zimmerman's Automotive, located just off Route 15 at the Bowmansdale Mechanicsburg exit on Route 114, 2234 South Market Street, Mechanicsburg.
Everything you value in a tractor is now available in a utility vehicle. Introducing the all-new Kubota RTV, the utility vehicle engineered like a tractor. With its hydrostatic transmission, power steering, wet disc brakes, and four-wheel drive, you've never had so much fun working so hard. The all-new Kubota RTV. It's the utility vehicle that's all Kubota.
First generation video, founded in 1990, now with 2,500 square foot production facilities and television commercials. They specialize in video production as well. Well, let's have a look at some of the scores that are taking place around the district, around the state right now. We've got Neshaminy leading North Penn 24-14. Berwick and Upper Marion tomorrow. The winner gets the winner here next week. We've got Central Catholic leading McDowell 21-3. Lansdale Catholic with a 12-0 lead against Lakeland. Wildwood with Southern and Pius 10 and Singleay 35-28. And Camp Hill and Bellwood Antis 14-14. So both teams right now, but the story is without Zach Frazier, how do you adjust now to a backup quarterback? That's the big story.
Well, how good is he's a good athlete. How good is Seth Pahanich just throwing the football? He's a 6-foot, 170-pound senior. He came out during halftime and took a lot of throws with his helmet off just to get loosened up, and took some shotgun snaps and threw it around a little bit. There you see him. And what a position to be in.
And Gordon's over there right now checking on the status. But again, after seeing that replay, he hit the helmet of Jeremiah Hunter coming. And 7-7, it's just an unfortunate thing. What a first half he was, and what a game he was having. Just a brilliant talent, only a junior.
Just doing a phenomenal job. Mechanicsburg's offense was executing very well. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here and how Pahanich can throw the football around, and see how Rich Lichtel's game plan, if he deviates at all, or if he sticks to the same plan. Manheim obviously is going to receive the second half kickoff. We have a 7-7 ball game.
We'll see Saturn up on the screen there. We've got the new relay out here tonight at the Hershey Park Stadium, and the MEV vehicle, and there's Jeremiah Hunter right there.
The last time Manheim was really threatened in a district final, right on this field, in a little bit of a drizzle, West Perry and Musa Smith back in 1999 football season.
Where Musa and Jeff Smoke are so big, they moved AAA from Friday to Saturday.
Oh, was that a barn burner of a game? And West Perry dropped a pass down at like the 10-yard line, a long pass. They got down inside the 10 and threw an interception on what I believe was 3rd down and goal. And Manheim got out of that with a squeaker.
Check in with Gordon after we get everything set as we start the second half. This is going to be Swar for Manheim. Got a bit of a crease, and Swar, great run back to the 47-yard line. And Manheim Central in fabulous field position to open the second half. Let's head over to Gordon right now, and let's check in and see what the latest is on Zach Frazier of Mechanicsburg. Gordon?
Well, Jed, I don't see him out on the field right now, and the reports, just reports from, I just talked to Jeff Pratt from the Sentinel, who was kind of feeling around for the information. Like I said, it's the finger you point with and his middle finger on his throwing hand are both wrapped heavily and appears to be badly injured, if not broken.
Hunter's first carry, and he winds across midfield to the Mechanicsburg 47-yard line and a gain of 5.
On this field in state, as you see the replay there, the lead sweep, on this field in the state championships, we had an injury. You remember, Jed, 5-6 years ago, the first series of the game, Central Bucks West, big stud fullback, was it Dustin Picciotti?
Yeah.
Went down with a bad ankle injury and could not play the rest of the game against Erie.
CB West ended up winning that with 5th-string tailback Bob Warden that year. Doherty's first carry.
They got a block punt, I believe, to win the game.
Correct.
Block punt.
Heavy wind that time. That was Craig Gatchell, excuse me, from Manheim. Let's go down to Gordon. Got another update.
Down at Wissahickon High School in the AA quarterfinal, Lansdale Catholic is all over Lakeland, 19-0. And it appears that Lakeland has suffered a huge injury to a Division I recruit they have, Joe Tuzzi, who apparently got hurt in practice with a rolled ankle. And their defense, which has been very good all year, Lakeland, they're taking a beating from a pretty good Lansdale Catholic offense.
There's a handoff. I'm not sure. Yeah, he may have. No, they're going to mark this short of the first down. He's going to be about a half-yard shot.
I think you're
masked on the carry.
I think you're going to see Mike Williams go for this on Mechanicsburg's 44-yard line. Yeah, he's going to go for it as he gives the play. Into number 5, shutting the play in, Graham Zug, a wide out.
Give Ryan Brown, that defensive tackle, all the credit for making that stop. 4th down coming up here for the Barons.
I look for midline.
Looked like he may have jumped early. They didn't call it. And he's got the Manheim first down.
And he does give it to number 6.
Looked like Mass fired out early here.
No, he stayed.
Was close, man.
Close.
I'm sorry. So the ball to the 41-yard line. Well, isn't football a game of arguing and second guessing? Isn't that what this is all about?
Lead belly, or just a belly.
Hunter got to the outside, has 5, has 10, barrels inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, and a gain of 14.
Just a simple fullback power running play, reverse pivot.
Got it. Inside the 30.
Good lead blocking. Hunter makes the first man miss. Nice straight arm. Ball in the outside hand. We have an equipment timeout here for Mechanicsburg as helmet gets adjusted and we're ready to play again. That was Boone, safety for the Wildcats. Mechanicsburg sitting in that 52 defense, cover 2 look on the perimeter. Sweeps, that's a jet sweep there to Hunter.
And he's got blockers in front. Hunter inside the 15 all the way down to about the 13-yard line and a gain of 15. Mechanicsburg took the lead in the first quarter on an 8-yard touchdown run by Zach Frazier. And then Mast went in from 3 yards out, and then Manheim Central is using great field position to start the second half. And Jeremiah Hunter back-to-back carries now for 27 yards all the way down to the Mechanicsburg 14-yard line.
Okay.
Down to Gordon. Gordon?
Guys, Zach Frazier finished with 23 of 35 for 158 yards.
Which is an official's timeout.
We have an injury timeout. Number 17 got up very slow for Mechanicsburg. He's going to have to go out at least 1 play. And that's going to be
Andy Bartles.
A 6'3", 205-pound senior.
Winner of this game gets Berwick and Upper Mary, and they play tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock.
He got his
back to Gordon. Gordon.
It was actually 25 of 36 for 184 yards. And just think about that, 36 passes in the first half. He could have finished this game with 70 passes. Probably would have.
Started the game with over 400 attempts on the year and 250 completions. Just incredible.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see that lead trap here. That little trap to Hunter. There it is. Trap to Hunter.
Waits, bides his time to the 5. Hunter into the end zone for a Manheim Central touchdown. Jeremiah Hunter. Manheim leads for the first time. 13-7 on a Jeremiah Hunter 14-yard gallop to pay dirt here.
Nice execution of the Manheim offense. Leading him right down the field. Senior quarterback Tyler Reifsnyder. And Hunter doing a lot of the work. We saw him on the jet sweep prior to this touchdown, and they tried to jet sweep earlier, and it was a fumbled quarterback center exchange, and this time it worked to perfection, and then they ran the trap for the touchdown.
Huber's kick is up.
Good.
And he is good. Timeout on the field will take one with him. 9 minutes and 13 seconds remain till halftime. Jeremiah Hunter, one of the top players in Pennsylvania, shows why. Roars in with 14.
Oh, it's wonderful having kids, but there's a price tag. We really need more room. We need our own house. But who's going to give us a mortgage? And college, how many tens of thousands is that? Where's that coming from? So much on my mind. Naturally, today, I lose my debit card. If I were a customer, I'd be thinking this way. And that's how I like to think when I deal with the customer. Hello, Susquehanna.
At Susquehanna, we put ourselves in your shoes.
For 10 years, Bobby Rahal Honda has combined the largest volume with the largest selection to give you the largest savings in central Pennsylvania. Over 500 new and used Hondas to choose from on 12 acres. Now, with the year-end sales event, you get even bigger savings. Combined with 2.9% financing on 2005 Civics, 1.9% financing on 2005 Accords, and 2004 Element with approved credit. We sell more, so you save more. Bobby Rahal Honda, conveniently located on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
Talking to Allstate agents Paul Mattis, Jan Vita, and Mike Kelly can really make a driver feel safe. That's because when you call Paul, Jan, and Mike, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same phone book as yours. Lots of companies can sell you insurance, but no one has people like Allstate.
Big march by Manheim Central with the initial possession of the second half. Using 2 minutes and 47 seconds and 3 runs by Jeremiah Hunter to gobble up most of it. He goes in from 14 yards, and where we go, Mechanicsburg now. This is Jason Masidi across the 25 to the 26, and now the big story. Seth Pahanich comes in for Zach Frazier, who's out after hitting his hand, throwing hand, on the helmet of Jeremiah Hunter late in the first half. His return, I would think at this point, is extremely doubtful.
And what a shame for the Mechanicsburg offense, but let's see what Pahanich can do here.
Brilliant talent. Didn't mean to step on you there, and I hadn't seen Mechanicsburg or Frazier all year long and was really looking forward to it and just loved this first half. But Pahanich, this is a senior.
He probably will roll out here to his right. He has a lead blocker. If he way up here comes roll out right.
Now you do get extra footwork with him, and the pass is caught. Big start there. Matt Hurtwet, who's a sophomore, in a big spot here. He takes over for Pahanich, who has to take over for Frazier, and they hook up for a first down.
Just a curl route, simple curl route there, throwing on the run to his right, off his right foot. Good throwing motion. Boone with the catch, tucks away, gets upfield, and gets the ball to the 40-yard line. Manheim had a short field there. They got the ball almost to midfield on the kickoff return, and the ball was squibbed high to the right, and wasn't really a good kick for Mechanicsburg, and that cost him.
Pahanich rolling. He's got all kinds of trouble coming. Just hang on. Gatshall was bringing the heat. Also there for Manheim Central defensively, Kevin Yeagle, a 6'2 senior.
When you roll out like this, he was going to throw the curl route right there, and he fought against it, which is a good move, because when you're rolling and you take your time on a curl route, a lot of times it gets undercovered and you don't even see a linebacker stepping right in front.
As a coach, what do you do? Because this guy hasn't been at reps all week at the quarterback position. How do you try and put an offense in with a new guy at the trigger?
Well, you just got to try to do what he does best. Obviously, he rolls out well, because that's what he did the last 2 plays. Let's see what he does here on second and 11. It's a tight trip set. There's a movement. There's a penalty there. They didn't have enough guys in the line of scrimmage, and they had movement.
Pahanich throws, pass caught. This is Boone, but this is going to come back. He only gained about a yard anyway.
See,
couple of yards.
There's an example, Jed. His offense was not set, and it was number 9 for Mechanicsburg.
Marcus Hancock.
Hancock, who's a senior. I mean, Hancock wasn't sure where to line up, and he needed to be up on the line of scrimmage to the left as a lone receiver, and he was in the backfield. He was off the ball and moving when the snap was taking place. That's an automatic 5-yard penalty. Dangerous throw, yet a nice completion, but it's all for naught.
So they're going over the options.
Yeah, it'll be either 3rd and 9 or 2nd and 16.
They're going to decline it and take 3rd and 9.
Okay. Penalties decline, it's going to be 3rd down, right?
And they're taking a long time on this one.
Illegal motion against the offense. That penalty is declined. It'll be 3rd down.
Again, this is a top flight crew from Berks County. They worked the 2000 state championship game. As we look at Mike Williams, let's go to Gordon Blaine.
24, North Penn 20.
This officiating crew is doing a nice job. They have a great charge of this football game. There's a trips open shotgun set for Pahanich on 3rd and 7.
Mechanicsburg is about 50-50 on 3rd down. They've had a lot of them so far in this game. Pahanich keeps it himself, finds a seam, cut short of a 1st down.
Now it's decision time for Rich Lichtel. It's 4th and half a yard, almost 3/4 of a yard. And it's a team that you don't really get up under center much, and he's going to punt.
I think you have to kick there. You don't want to give it away at midfield. Gatchelin on the stop there on the replay, as you can see, for Manheim Central. That's his first series.
Manheim has 10 guys up looking for a fake this time. Beautifully executed fake last time by the Wildcats. Not their last punt, but earlier in the game.
Steve Weinel, the deep man for Manheim Central. Boone gets it high up into the air. Great kick. Ball comes out. That was a tough ball to handle there as it goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line. 6:28 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Let's check in. We'll first do the Ford Dealers fan poll. Who is the most dynamic offensive player in Pennsylvania?
That's backed up.
Visit PASportsWire.com to vote. And we saw one last week with Sean McCoy, 387 yards, another 127 through the air, over 500 yards total offense. We'll have McDevitt and Carlisle tomorrow night on the Sports Fever Television Network right here on WGCB Channel 49. The District 3-6 Quad A final from the Hershey Park Stadium.
Jet sweep to Hunter.
Hunter just eating up yards to the 19-yard line and a gain of 8. I think they're just going to ride this big guy to the end here, up 7. What a combination package of speed and power this young man is.
Absolutely. Out in front of him, that big number 78 offensive guard, Marcus Zimmerman, does a lot of pulling. He's only a sophomore.
Last year, Manheim Central had so much experience on their offensive front. Mentioned Byrne, who's at Delaware now. This is their first game back tonight since that epic against Pine Richland. This will be Nate Mast, and he's got the 1st down. He just got enough up in there to about the 22-yard line. Let's check in with Gordon because we do have some scores. He was giving some updates and things. I'm not sure if everybody caught those or not. Gordon, what's going on around PA right now?
Halftime, Jed. It must be a real shootout at Neshaminy. Neshaminy up 24-20 at halftime. North Penn, I don't have the name, but they've gone with a sophomore quarterback. Of course, Adam Hearns, the Syracuse recruit who started as the quarterback last year in the state championship game, is no longer with the team, having had a scrape with the law, and is now in the juveniles center in Bucks County. So they've had to go with some new troops at North Penn, and they've really kind of stepped up, and they're giving the Neshaminy all they can handle.
Well, we look at Hunter here to the 31-yard line.
Yep, lead sweep. Manheim very fundamental in their blocking, notoriously fundamental in just their whole football program and their execution, and that's why they're here year in and year out. Great off-season program. It's a tribute to Mike Williams and his staff. There's a double tight, split back look here. Chains move once again, Jed, and it's just chewing clock. We're down to 4 minutes and 39 seconds left in the 3rd.
Manheim Central scoring on their initial possession. Hunter capping it off with a 14-yard run. This is Nate Mast, who was a key contributor a year ago to the state championship run for Manheim Central.
14-7 Manheim Central here in the third quarter.
Looking for their 13th District 3 championship. This is 14.
They've won 13 out of the last 15.
And a run of 12 in a row.
Trap.
Hunter. This time they gang up, and down he goes to the 36-yard line. Although the Mechanicsburg defense tonight has held pretty well. That's because Frazier, they had time of possession. Well, you get an idea right there. Four was saying if you're a quarterback, can't play with a cast on your throwing hand. There's Jason Statler right there.
Yeah.
You can play other positions. Quarterback, and it's unfortunate. Frazier probably done for the evening after hitting the helmet of Jeremiah Hunter. Threw the ball 36 times in the first half.
Throwback, tight end down the middle, wide open.
Wide open. And then some. Yards after the catch. With it is Dan Whitmer inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Manheim doesn't throw it off in this game, but when they do, they're successful.
54 yards to Whitmer, the tight end.
The tight end went vertical right down the seam, and the running back, the halfback, went down the sidelines for a throwback. And Reif Snyder made the right read and hit his tight end right down the hash.
Reif Snyder is 5'11". He's got an underrated arm. That ball was right on the money. And again, play action's going to work when you're running much of the night. That's only their 5th or 6th pass attempt of the football game.
Absolutely. Lead sweep.
To Hunter, picking his way through to the 5-yard line and a gain of 5. So it'll be 2nd and goal upcoming for the Barons. Well, they just don't give you any outs. That's the thing about Manheim Central. You can't make any mistakes, and they are just playing keep away right now. Fundamentally, this is why they're in the gold medal game all the time and winning them, right?
Absolutely, and for all the yardage that Frazier threw in the first half, Manheim only gave up 7 points, and that was their philosophy, bend but not break. We talked about that early on. There's a jet sweep.
This is Gatchell looking for the outside. Didn't get it. Great play over there for Mechanicsburg. Looks like
Hanich.
The Hanich.
Nice play. Real nice play.
You know, as you look at this replay, he should have probably cut it up and gotten as much yardage positive as he could instead of trying to get outside and bounce it.
Well, if you're Manheim Central here, you know you've got 3 points in the bag with Huber, who's a very consistent kicker, especially from here. And a field goal is very, very large right now in this game.
Play
They're going to
action
throw
fade.
for it, and caught by Zug for the touchdown.
One-on-one coverage out there for Hanich, and they just went to little play action fake to the fullback, fade route to Zug. Ball's right on the money. Here we see the replay. Fake to the fullback, one step back, plant in the back foot, deliver over the outside. Easy play, pass and catch for the touchdown.
Caught one, I got to keep him.
So here comes the extra point attempt now by Huber, and Manheim Central pounding nails right now, and that kick was blocked. Great play. I think getting in there was Ian Thomas that time to blow that up. Time out of the field, 2:03 left. Reif Snyder uses a 53-yard touch pass to his tight end to set up one to Zug. Back with more after this.
She would always say,
Keep up, Grandma.
well, got to the point where this hip just wouldn't let me. So, out with the old, in with the new.
The new Orthopedic Center at Lancaster General is dedicated to one thing only, expert orthopedic care, using less invasive procedures to help people recover faster.
Oh, look at her go. And look at me go.
Think about who you'd want by your side.
Zimmerman's Automotive of Mechanicsburg has it all at their state-of-the-art facility. 18 service bays with ASE certified technicians. No appointment necessary. Zimmerman's Automotive Rapid Lube, complete reconditioning department, and over 80 of the cleanest cars, trucks, vans, and especially SUVs you'll find anywhere. All with lower than you'd expect to pay prices for the friendly, high-quality service you'll receive at Zimmerman's Automotive, located just off Route 15 at the Bowmansdale Mechanicsburg exit on Route 114, 2234 South Market Street, Mechanicsburg.
Visit your local Applebee's at the locations on your screen and check out our daily specials. Purchase an Applebee's gift card at any Central Pennsylvania location. Redeemable at over 1,500 Applebee's nationwide. Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood.
Welcome back to the Hershey Park Stadium. So Mechanicsburg blocks an extra point. They've got to get busy. Good kickoff into the end zone that time, and Mechanicsburg takes over 1st and 10. Well, you've got one series under your belt now with Pahanich. What are you doing?
Well, it's obvious you need to put points on the board, down by 13 with only 2:03 left in the third. They got to mount a drive here, and they have to go 80, and a field goal would make it 20-10, which puts you down a touchdown, a field goal. But I think they got to really think touchdown at this point in the game, Jed, especially the way the Manheim offense is powered up.
So 2:03 remaining here in this third quarter. And again, the storyline, Zach Frazier out, hurting his two middle fingers on his throwing hand, hitting the helmet of Jeremiah Hunter on a 4th down play late in the second quarter, and Seth Pahanich getting the call at quarterback. Pass is caught, Hancock digs forward and dives to the 24 for a gain of 4.
He had to throw that ball hot to number 9 there, Hancock, because the blitz coming on the corner. You see 44 coming on the corner there, Hunter, and there's always a hot read. You got to throw that ball when you have 5 wide receivers because you can't protect the passer very long. Nice job there by Pahanich, the backup QB, to make that read. For a rollout here it comes.
Throws on the run, got a man caught, got a 1st down. Greg Drake's first catch of the night. Drake, a 5'8" sophomore. Some of the young kids have got to step forward now.
Good ball there. Look at the delivery, throwing on the run. He throws up a nice ball on the run. Good pass and catch to the flat.
Yeah, much like Frazier, you mentioned he had all those attempts and completions, but nothing really deep, as Manheim Central kept it in front of them. And I really don't think they're going to respect that Pahanich can beat them deep either. They're just going to have to chip away, and maybe Pahanich can bring some of that run game a little bit, being a wide receiver and all. Now they show option for the first time. They go to Boone, steps around that, and out of bounds. They should get 15 yards there, and a good call by the official. He was clearly out of bounds by 3 or 4 yards. Let's go down to Gordon, who's got precincts coming in. We use election terms on these playoff nights. Gordon, what do you have for us?
I don't think anybody saw this coming, Jed. Tyrone in the 4th quarter leads Seton LaSalle 28-7 in a AA Western semifinal.
Wow.
Billy Stahl, 5 of 12, 84 yards, and 3 interceptions. Tyrone has dominated the game physically. After falling behind 7-0, they've dominated since.
I was on in the Tyrone radio station, one of our affiliates, Gordon, and said they might make the state championship this year. Said that in August.
Is John Franco still running that program?
Yeah, he is. What a great guy he is. Wow, that'll be fun. Championship week. They still got some heavy lifting to do, but boy, you saw Seton LaSalle last week. That is a jaw dropper, big time. Because Stahl and Frazier were kind of going neck and neck on scores. 28-7. Ball to the 49-yard line right now. So this is a great opportunity for the Wildcats to climb back in. Down 13. Playing with their backup quarterback. This time they're going for Kuntz, the tight end. He underthrew it, and the ball is intercepted. Just kind of a center field play that time by Tyler Swar. Ball was just a little bit too much up in the air.
Kuntz goes up for it, but it just didn't have enough time to leave his feet and try to make a play on that. Nice defensive play.
Down to Gordon. Gordon.
Jed, you dubbed him the dancing machine, and he's got it going.
Did he go boom tonight?
38-3, 4th quarter.
Yeah, he did.
And the mercy rule was kicked in, and the winner of tomorrow night's game, and we'll have it here on the Sports Theater Television Network, Carlisle McDevitt, they'll take on the #1 team in the state and a top 10 team in the country.
They were number 7 this week in USA Today, and they get the Carlisle-McDevitt winner, which we'll have tomorrow night on the Sports Fever Television Network, and that game goes to Mansion Park in Altoona Saturday, December the 4th.
There was a fake jet sweep on that first play there, and then he gave it to the fullback. Number 6, Mast, who picked up minimal yards, got about 4 yards. Will be second and a long 6.
Critical turnover, though, there, because Mechanicsburg had a great field position to get something done.
This straight head dive will be the last play of the quarter as we're down to 20 seconds and counting.
Yeah, that's a one thing, too. Mike Williams isn't going to make any mistakes over in that coach's box either. They're going to take their time, leading by 13 points, using all of that 25-second clock right now as they wind out the third quarter. Manheim Central gets a 14-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Hunter and a 5-yard touchdown pass from Rife Snyder to Zug, and are 12 minutes away from number 14 in District 3.
Welcome to David's Grill. Would you like to join us in our dining room or our clubhouse?
This is Shrimply, the best holiday ever at Damon's Grill. Our new butterflied shrimp skewers are lightly basted with a sweet chipotle glaze, served with barbecued ribs or our new porterhouse pork chop. You can even add a shrimp skewer to our new Kansas City strip. The holidays are coming together nicely. Why not wrap up your holiday shopping with a Damon's Grill gift guide?
It all comes together at Damon's Grill.
At M&T Bank, we've been there for our customers for more than 140 years, helping them move into new homes, plan their futures, and grow their businesses. So we've come to understand what's really important, helping people reach their goals. See what M&T can do for you. M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
Hi folks, Charlie and Thorndike for Forbes Chevrolet and Forbes One Price used vehicles in Camp Hill. It's football season, and we want to score 6 points for you with our outstanding lineup of new vehicles, used vehicles, price, selection, location, and world-class service. So before you get sacked by the competition, touchdown at Forbes Chevrolet for your 6 points.
Hey, you're in Forbes country, Forbes Chevrolet country.
Doorways Unlimited, Central Pennsylvania's most reliable service-oriented supplier of hollow metal frames and doors. Architectural wood doors and architectural builders hardware, serving general contractors in Central Pennsylvania. Call Doorways Unlimited for all your commercial door needs.
Well, we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Manheim Central in control right now, 20-7 with the ball, but facing third and short. Hunter wedges up, and I think Mechanicsburg may have caught him short. That's a big stop for this Mechanicsburg defense to force a punt here.
Yes, it is, and there's not going to be a risk here. Up by 13, Mike Williams, if they don't get this, is going to definitely punt this football away from his own 32.
Only Fort Chapman might go on fourth and short down here, right?
Not with a 13-point lead. Maybe down by 13 at this point.
Well, there's Jeremy Boone right there. What a year he's had. Coming into this game, Boone had 76 catches. 74 catches for 1,014 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Looks like a legal procedure on Manheim will make it repunt it back 5 yards.
Dead ball. Full start on the offense. Still fourth down.
There's a shot at Boone, number 14 for the Wildcats. Tremendous year. Mechanicsburg lost an overtime thriller to Gettysburg during the regular season, then came back and beat them in a triple overtime game in the first round of the playoffs as the number 8 seed. They went up against the number 1 seed, and then last week beat Garden Spot to make the district finals, the 8th seed.
Almost got that punt. Pretty good job. It's going to take a Manheim Central roll. Boone was thinking about it and then steps out of bounds at the 34, ran out of real estate over there.
You know, if you're Manheim, you can't really, they're not the number 1 seed this year, but they lost to Central Dauphin, who was the quad A number 1 seed. So in reality, you know, you really shouldn't. Unfortunately, you get penalized for playing that kind of caliber team. But this, let's face it, this is really your #1 seed, the Manheim Central Barons.
Well, they went they at home at first. They knocked off Muhlenberg, had no problem there, 42-7. And they really, and Northern was in for a little while last week, and then Manheim just kind of pulled away on them. In one going away, 44-13.
4 wides here, 2 on each side.
Mechanics on a run, quarterback draw to the 37-yard line, and only a gain of 3. Little other thing about Frazier is that the Manheim Central defensive line was wearing out, chasing him in that first half. Now they really don't have that as an element to worry about anymore, and they've looked fresher, and obviously Manheim Central has made some adjustments.
Sure, and let's face it, Frazier had the ability to throw the long ball on any given play, and to throw that ball with such velocity on his, just like darts thrown around on a dartboard. And Mechanics doesn't have that kind of arm, but he's very capable. You can march him down the field here.
This will be Boone. And again, Manheim Central just such sure tacklers. Just no yards after the catch. Nisley has had a marvelous game defensively for Manheim Central. He's number 89 on your screen right there. Their defensive end. But he's not built like a true D. He's only 180 pounds. He's a sophomore, 5'10". There he is right there. Along with Hunter standing on top. That guy's been all over the place tonight.
Yes, he has. Here's a trips open set. 3 receivers to the wide side here to the right. Throwing a bubble screen.
Get it over to Boone, but there's just not much there. But a lot of dark maroon jerseys to the 41-yard line, well short of a first down by about 3 or 4 yards. Getting to the point now, there's a player down for Mechanicsburg. Getting up, fortunately.
Boone's been having trouble with some cramps. He got knocked out of bounds along Manheim sideline, a 15-yard late hit, and he slow getting up with cramps, and it looks like it's again an ankle or a cramp.
Ouch, right there.
Did get his leg taken out there. He's just walking it off very gingerly.
So 9:26 remain. We'll get some scores. We'll put these up, this board up here after the punt. We do have a lot of updates to give you.
You just saw Jeremy Boone walking off gingerly. He's had a nice football game, nice season.
I know Camp Hill 27-14 over Bellwood Annis. That's at Mansion Park tonight. Late 4th quarter. Here's Steve Weidel. Steps through one pack of trouble and then dropped with authority. Great play on special teams by Ian Eggleston. He's their offensive center and defensive tackle, getting downfield and making it happen. Well, if we get an opportunity, we'll put the scores up. They'll let us know in the truck. 20-7 is our score here in this AAA. The winner gets Upper Marion or Berwick. That game tomorrow at Memorial Stadium. And that's a venue to be determined next week. They're working on Boone over there. They've already lost Frazier, their starting quarterback, which is really taking the air out of the Mechanicsburg offense a little bit. Here's Hunter dancing around, but Mechanicsburg stand after it defensively. And a loss on the play, and a great play by Ian Thomas, a 5'11" senior. Here's the board as we see it right now. North Penn and Neshaminy, that thing's on fire. Neshaminy leading by 4. Central Catholic, that's now 38-3. That game is late. Central Catholic, that kicked into the mercy rule. Rochester with a big lead. Camp Hill leads. That's 4 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Southern leading Pius 10, and the shocker of the night is that Tyrone score. And is still St. LaSalle winning over Aliquippa last week in the Whippio AA final. They got Bill Stahl, a great quarterback. Pass right Schneider to Zog. Zog plenty of yards after the catch to the 39. Great play. Zog has been their go-to guy all year long.
Rice Snyder doesn't throw that ball often, but when he does, he puts it on the money. Aside from one interception where he overthrew a crossing route, a deep crossing route. He puts this ball on the post, right where it needs to be put. Nice catch by Zug.
43 yards all the way down to the Mechanicsburg 39-yard line. Tick, 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 and it looks more and more like these Barons are on their way to another Eastern final. Last year finally broke through, 3-0 blowout win over Strathaven. You had to be there to understand what we're talking about. 50-mile-an-hour wind. Here's Hunter chewing it up to the 33-yard line. And Berwick the favorite tomorrow. Gordon, Berwick, Manheim 5 with a Roman numeral V. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a tremendous game. When those two teams get together, anything can happen. Of course, Berwick has never lost to Manheim. They've beaten them all 4 times. The last time they gave them a real behind-the-shed whipping. Jeff Smoker was it's had a brutal day up there. He was only a sophomore at the time. And that was after they had upset the #1 team in the state, Allentown Central Catholic, who was quarterbacked by that Matt Seneca. But this should be a whale of a game. Of course, we saw Berwick earlier in the season give McDevitt all they could handle. So it's just to become a rivalry because of the state playoffs. And for a long time, Mike Williams and George Curry didn't think too highly of each other. I think that's all mellowed over time. But this thing will fire up again next week, Jed. Boy, is that going to be a whale of a game. The hype leading up to that will be unparalleled.
I guarantee you they have a lot of mutual respect for each other. Both can flat-out coach. There was a game here back in 1994 in the Eastern Final, which went back and forth.
34-32, Berwick.
Sure.
That was unbelievable.
Yes, it was. Trap.
First down. Oh, no, that was first down. Hunter carrying inside the 20 to the 18. 17 by Mass before that. Gordon, you saw Seton LaSalle over Aliquippa last week. This Tyrone score is going to drop some jaws around the state tonight. Where are they in that? Is that in the 4th quarter?
Oh, it's almost over. I was talking to Kevin Gorman in the Tribune Review, and Stalls had a horrible night. Tyrone, though, has physically dominated the line of scrimmage. Literally, there's been nothing there at all, run or pass-wise, for a pretty good Seton LaSalle team. Undefeated coming in. And Tyrone, I mean, just playing good old smash-mouth, blue-collar football, got it done tonight.
To Zug, and he can't hang on.
Same play there as the touchdown.
Go ahead, Gordon.
You know, this guy is one of the X factors for Manheim Central. He had 5 touchdown passes in that Conestoga Valley game. Yeah, it was Conestoga Valley. He was our select medical player of the game. But still, 5 touchdown passes, that's pretty good. The fact that he caught 5, but he's always very athletic, and I think he was really good in that first half, back there playing some pass defense.
Sure, nice play there by Hancock to break that up. And Gordon, here's a trivia question for you. Gordon and Jed, when's the last time Seton LaSalle made it to the state finals, and did they win or lose?
Well, that was 2 years ago, and they lost to Mount Carmel in a great game.
Sure, how about prior to that?
Well, that's a good question. Go for it.
In the early 90s.
That's right. We got to go back to 1990, right here on this field, the AAA final. They got shellacked by Bethlehem Catholic.
Bethlehem Catholic, that's right.
Yeah, Bethlehem Catholic had beaten Berwick the week before on a Hail Mary pass.
I'm still thinking of the time. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking of the time Tyrone was here, when Jesse Jones went for 90 plus and had a 50-mile-an-hour gust at his back, blowing by those red tornadoes. Timeout. We'll take one with him. 5:57 left. We're back after this.
Brenda's Dress Designs, round 322 Blue Ball, where you'll find a large selection of spring and summer dresses and daywear to choose from in petites, missies, and women's. By Leslie Bell, California Looks, Periwinkle, and others. Sportswear by Southern Lady and Graf. Friendly customer services available and free parking, so visit Brenda's Dress Designs. Route 322 in Blue Ball, open Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 4, closed Sunday and Monday. Make some delightful memories reminiscent of childhood days at Sweet Willow's Creamery. You'll find homemade premium ice cream and hand-dipped yogurts. Also enjoy sandwiches, deli wraps, soups, all served by smiling staff. Sweet Willow's ice cream is delicious all year long. A delightful selection of homemade ice creams, yogurt, sandwiches, and beverages.
We love
Sweet Willow's Creamery in York. You're watching WGCB, broadcasting from Red Lion, Pennsylvania.
back at Hershey Park Stadium. Tomorrow night we'll have Carlisle against Bishop McDevitt. Who do you like there for?
I really like McDevitt in the rematch. I think McDevitt, Carlisle's had a tremendous year. They're very well coached. They have some dynamic running backs and quarterback, but I really like McDevitt in the rematch.
Life Snyder, oh, right on the number of Zug, and he can't hang on. I think he was thinking about curling into that end zone before he corralled that ball.
Look the ball into your hands before you get upfield, and he just took that one for granted. And watch his head turn this way. Yep. Look the ball all the way into your hands. Secure the football before you run with it. He'll usually make that catch. Okay, 5:52 to go. It's not over yet. If Mechanicsburg can get down the field in a hurry and get 7 on the board, either kick an onside kick or play good defense and use their 3 timeouts to try to get the ball back. Mechanics under center this time. Little stretch play.
This is Masidi, and
Rich Lichtel's just trying to look for something that's going to work at this point. And with his starting quarterback out for the entire second half, he thought he'd maybe run a stretch, maybe try to break something open there, and it just wasn't there, and I'm sure he's going to have to go back to the pass.
well, regardless of what happens here in this remaining 5:27, there's Boone, who's also out now. So 2 huge cogs in the Mechanicsburg offense here without them, and especially the trigger man, the quarterback. One of the best quarterbacks not only in our district, but really throughout Pennsylvania, who everybody's after next year, his senior year, and that pass is intercepted. Probably shouldn't have thrown it. Hunter stayed with it and brings it in at the 19-yard line. Great hustle there by Hunter.
Absolutely, he had a comeback and a curl on the outside, and just nobody was really in the immediate vicinity there. I think he was throwing to the outside comeback, but it was, or maybe even throwing that ball away. It's tough to tell.
Let's go down to Gordon, and we'll get to him after this play. We'll talk about the single A situation. We're supposed to be locking into place Southern Columbia Camp Hill. That's about the 8th version of that, and it's been all Southern Columbia in that series. We'll get into how that could play out next week. That game's going to be Friday next week, and here's Hunter knifing through to the 14-yard line. Camp Hill almost had Southern beat 2 years ago. They're very versatile, but Southern really has a wagon, and it looks like they're in safe shape against Pius 10 tonight.
Yeah, Jed, it's interesting. I saw a comment made by Coach Jim Roth about his quarterback, Dan Latour. He says it's the best quarterback he thinks he's had in all these years, and he's had some pretty good-looking quarterbacks. I think Southern Columbia got so frustrated losing to Rochester and those WPIAA teams because they couldn't come from behind by throwing the football that they developed the passing game, and I think that's what's going to be a handful for anybody against them in a state final or a state semifinal.
And then Rochester, again, their game is what, tomorrow afternoon in single A? Oh, right now, that's right. That Big 7 where Rochester's from, that's just dirt tough football, and they had dominated the single A bracket for years, as has Southern Columbia. We have people stationed at every game being played tonight around Pennsylvania. That's why our scores have been updated as such. This is Mass climbing through to the 4-yard line. And again, tick, 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 tick.
Just chewing clock is Mike Williams running that football. The thing we talked about Southern Columbia, Gordon was alluding to, was the fact that they've increased their passing game and their passing game efficiency to be able to get over that hump. And that's what Manheim's been able to do time and time again. They run the ball so well, but yet they're able to put it in the air. And they even go 5 wide at time if they have to. They have a very versatile attack. And this senior quarterback, first-year starter, there's Rich Lichtel, very dejected, and he should be. Just a tremendous season, and to go out this way without your gunslinger for the second half is just unfortunate.
In what could be his final game, I hope he does come back. Hunter walks in for the touchdown from 4 yards out. That's his second of the night. Manheim Central on their way to the Eastern Final. Will it be Berwick, Manheim 5, or will it be Manheim, Upper Marion 1? That's to be determined starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Manheim Central just lives in that Eastern Final. Last year finally broke through. with a tough 3-0 win, played in 50-mile-an-hour winds. I say it was a 3-0 blowout. It kind of was. That's how dominant they were.
Coach Cantafio, myself, and Gordon did that game. You were down the sidelines.
Freezing, I might add.
Yeah, and at Coatesville, and Manheim really deserved that.
Kick is up, and it is good. Time out of the field. Manheim Central on their way to a 14th District 3 championship, riding the big horse, Jeremiah Hunter, for the touchdown and a huge lead late.
At M&T Bank, we've been there for our customers for more than 140 years, helping them move into new homes, plan their futures, and grow their businesses. So we've come to understand what's really important, helping people reach their goals. See what M&T can do for you. M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
Eberly Lumber, a family-owned and operated company, has been working with contractors for more than 143 years. The foundation of their success comes from their people and specialized contractor services. At Eberly Lumber in Mechanicsburg, you will find an extensive Marvin and Integrity window and door showroom, staffed with well-trained, knowledgeable window and door specialists, helping contractors and their clients make the best window and door selections for their project. Visit our showroom today at Eberly Lumber, 135 West Allen Street, Mechanicsburg.
Character, scholastics, athletic ability. The Manheim Touchdown Club, a nonprofit organization established for the purpose of development, promotion, and support of Manheim scholastic football, including the recognition of and financial aid for exceptional athletes within the greater community. 27-7 Manheim Central. Eastern final next week. Berwick favor, Manheim Berwick. Goes into the end zone. Stay tuned for Singular Wireless post-game coverage. Kind of weird, there's no medal ceremony of the District 3 championship. You go right into that Eastern final. I mean, it's still a journey on the way. This is an Eastern semifinal tonight, state quarterfinal matchup.
If this is Rich Lichtel's last game, he had a whale of a career. His
mentioned the quarterback legacy at Mechanicsburg. Impressive.
Absolutely. His the first year of the district playoffs, which was Rich's second year as a head coach in '82, they lost a double overtime thriller, as I alluded to earlier, to Steel High 28-27. The next year they went to the finals in the top bracket, that is, and lost to Steel High 10-7 in a heartbreaker.
Huge hit. The city got underneath. Let's go to Gordon right now and get some further updates. Gordo?
Chad, here's another surprise. North Penn now leads the Chamonix 26-24 in the third quarter. A sophomore quarterback by the name of Jim Robbins is engineering what, believe it or not, has to be considered an upset, even though North Penn would have been ranked right up there with the Chamonix. But with what happened to North Penn, losing 8 players, 4 of them key starters, earlier in the week, and ineligible for the rest of the season, for this sophomore to step in there. And of course, this all points back to the fact that North Penn has the largest enrollment of any school in the state. They got a lot of people to go, a lot of horses in the stable to go bring out and get into the mix.
Although the Chamonix, keep this in mind, Penn State fans, Kevin Kelly, who's a Joe Nedney type left-footed kicker who's got unbelievable range.
We talked about Mechanicsburg in '82 and '83, the first 2 years of the District 3 playoffs. Mechanicsburg made in 1986 in the top bracket. They got a rematch with Carlisle and won by 1 point. And a big touchdown pass from current coach Chris Hakel to Coach Ernie's son. Coach Ernie was the head coach at Carlisle, and to Coach Ernie's son, Doug Ernie, caught the game winner on a crossing route in the end zone where Mechanicsburg's coming out of right now, and that was Mechanicsburg's and Coach Lichtel's district championship of 1986. And unfortunately, back then, he did not move on after district states did not start until '88.
Another sack as Manheim Central just bringing the house.
Little fake toss, trying to hit the tight end, a little dump.
Jeff Ochoa in on the stop. Well, this one's, again, the big storyline happened right before halftime. Zach Frazier, the incredibly talented junior quarterback, goes out hitting his throwing hand on the helmet of Jeremiah Hunter on a 4th and 13 play. And Rich Lichtel went with Seth Pahanich, and they just, he didn't get the reps all week at quarterback,
no, he didn't.
And it just really limits what you can do. Manheim Central on their way to their 14th district championship.
Plus, Jeb, when you run an offense like Mechanicsburg's running, it's different. If you're a backup quarterback coming in for a wing T offense or a veer offense or an I offense, a lot of times it's a little bit easier. But when you're coming in running 5 wide shotgun majority of the game, your hands are tied. And the backup, as you said, not only did not get the reps, but not many quarterbacks can compare to Zach Frazier. And it's unfortunate that Mechanicsburg got put in this predicament at halftime.
You hear that Manheim Central band down there. They're celebrating another district championship tonight. Handoff. This is Ochoa, who just made a good play defensively. This time dances inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. And a gain of 20.
I mean, when you think of the last 16 years in the playoffs, Manheim Central and Mike Williams, as you see the replay here, has won 14 of those 16 AAA district crowns. That's just a staggering amount of wins, and it's just a great tribute to a Hall of Fame coach in the state of Pennsylvania, Mike Williams. He was the Big 33 head coach in 1996.
I want to play football.
Rich Lichtel was on the Big 33 staff this past summer.
Yes, he was.
That's where we saw Frazier earlier this year at George Curry's quarterback camp, and spotted at combines. And the word got out rather quickly, didn't it, Gordon, that this guy was going to be something special this year. Single season passing record for Frazier, as we have another injury on the field.
Andy Bartles.
And 84 yards, an unbelievable one-season mark for Frazier. What could he do next year? Who knows? But the fact that he loses 4 senior wide receivers, that's going to be tough to replace, because these guys, they can catch a football. And I always tell for this, I think that's the toughest thing to do in high school football is to catch a football in the passing game and do it consistently.
Jed and Gordon got a trivia question for you. Back in 1982 and 83, when Steel High and Mechanicsburg met, 2 consecutive years in the district playoffs, can you give me the 2 teams' quarterbacks and their numbers for the bonus?
Can't do it. I'm out. I wasn't living here then.
I'm not in.
Oh, it's not difficult. Sean Abner, number 12 for Mechanicsburg, and a kid that was in his class, his same class. Steel High's quarterback, number 13, is now their coach. Rob Dodler.
And who won?
Steel High won both of them in nail biters.
(27-14) winners.
Cindy Rose championship trophy going to go to Manheim Central tonight, winning the District 3 championship. No need to snap it again as they win 27-7. And not to take anything away from Manheim Central, but with Frazier going down and not being able to go in the second half, we only are left to wonder what might have been.
Absolutely. Feel a little bit shortchanged here. You hate to see an injury cost a young man an opportunity to play in a district final, especially after the first half that he had.
We will have Singular Wireless post-game coverage coming up on the Sports Fever Television Network. There's Jeremiah Hunter. He was in on all the big plays that matter tonight with a pair of touchdowns and other stuff. The Barons, it's 14 and counting championships in District 3.
She would always say,
Keep up, Grandma.
Well, got to the point where this hip just wouldn't let me. So, out with the old, in with the new.
The new Orthopedic Center at Lancaster General is dedicated to one thing only: expert orthopedic care, using less invasive procedures to help people recover faster.
Oh, look at her go. And look at me go.
Think about who you'd want by your side.
There can be only one number one. The Ford Explorer is America's first and still the best-selling SUV. L.B. Smith is the largest retailer of Ford vehicles in the Harrisburg area since 1940.
XLS, XLT, Eddie Bauer or Limited. You choose.
Want a deal on a new Ford Explorer? You gotta come get it. L.B. Smith, 12th and Market in Lemoyne.
Eberly Lumber, a family-owned and operated company, has been working with contractors for more than 143 years. The foundation of their success comes from their people and specialized contractor services. At Eberly Lumber in Mechanicsburg, you will find an extensive Marvin and Integrity window and door showroom, staffed with well-trained, knowledgeable window and door specialists, helping contractors and their clients make the best window and door selections for their project. Visit our showroom today at Eberly Lumber, 135 West Allen Street, Mechanicsburg.
Enders Insurance Associates, your local independent insurance agency, serving our community for over 50 years. At Enders Insurance, we represent over 20 insurance companies. We offer all types of insurance to protect your family and your business. Enders Insurance Associates, we'll be there for you.
27-7 Manheim Central. They're building a new wing over at the high school to put these football trophies in. Well, they go back-to-back after being heartbroken here in the one loss to Lower Dauphin, but this is 14 District 3 championships. This is going to become the DiMaggio hitting streak of District 3. Forget it. It's going to be a tough thing to get to. In, what, 16 years? 14 and 16?
Oh, absolutely.
Just incredible achievement here by the Barons, who are just so exquisitely coached by Mike Williams, as you see him there. What is it about Mike Williams? I mean, you've coached, you've seen him a lot. What makes this so successful?
Well, I met him in 1991 at a football clinic in Baltimore, and the old Frank Glacier Ultra Power Clinics, and he just is a student of the game. He knows his football well. He motivates young men. He's a consistent leader, and most importantly, this off-season program and the work ethic that the Manheim Central community has, and that coach and his staff have. The kids believe, they buy into the program, and there's, you know, aside from the Manheim program in District 3, Cumberland Valley, those two, I think, set head above the rest over the years for just their overall commitment and what they produce year in and year out.
Well, you're right, and when you develop that and you start winning, then all of a sudden your youth programs take off, and everybody starts teaching the 5-, 6-year-olds, and it just keeps growing and growing, and it just snowballs into this unbelievable dynasty that they have. Jeremiah Hunter, we have pretty much unanimous as our select medical player of the game. He had 2 touchdowns tonight, and just as, you know, it's an unfortunate play, but he was the guy that pressured Zach Frazier, and Frazier hit his helmet. And here's his last touchdown of the night. He had one from 14 yards in the 3rd quarter. And there he is. And so Jeremiah Hunter, our select medical player of the game, and standing by with him is our Gordon Bling. Gordon?
Well, Jeremiah, congratulations. Select medical player of the game, but more importantly, District 3 champion yet again. What about getting the offense going after it was a little sluggish at first?
Yeah, we knew coming into this week we was going against a great quarterback. Unfortunately, he got hurt, but we just went at practice. We was preparing all week for this, and we started off. We did kind of start off a little slow, but we picked it up in the 2nd half. We just got the ball moving, the line picked it up. The holes were there.
Seemed like they wanted to go. You guys wanted to go to the sweep a lot to get you outside.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, the off tackle more because we saw that they were over pursuing, and we just was looking for cutback lanes really.
When you came over from York High, obviously you wanted to come to a successful football program. You got all that and then some this last 2 years. What about now? You got a shot now. You're on the doorstep of getting to another state final, in the Eastern final, either Berwick or Upper Marion.
Yeah, I knew coming over here it would prepare me for college more likely, but I'm ready for states right now. I told everybody in the beginning of the year we was coming back, and we're here.
You lost a lot from that team, Jeremiah. What's been the key to regaining your footing, your traction, and here you are back playing in the Final Four?
Excuse me?
What's been the key to this football team? You lost a lot from last year. It may have been maybe too much to ask to see you guys get back to this level, but here you are.
Yeah, the linemen are the heart and soul of this team. They work hard. They work on their schemes all week long, and this is what happens.
All right, man. Congratulations. Jeremiah Hunter, the select medical player of the game. Great player on both sides of the ball. You know, defense as well as offense. One of the key parts of this team. And if Mike Williams, just like we want to see Jeff Wechter's going to want to put the ball in the hands of LaShawn McCoy tomorrow night, this is a guy that has to touch the ball here at Manheim for this team to be successful.
Manheim Central 27-7. Congratulations to not only Manheim Central, but also on an individual basis to Jeremiah Hunter, who ends up getting our Select Medical Player of the Game. We'll be back with more Singular Wireless post-game coverage. Rolls on. This is the Sports Fever Television Network.
Oh, it's wonderful having kids, but there's a price tag. We really need more room. We need our own house. But who's going to give us a mortgage? And college, how many tens of thousands is that? Where's that coming from? So much on my mind. Naturally, today, I'd lose my debit card.
If I were a customer, I'd be thinking this way. And that's how I like to think when I deal with a customer.